Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Field of 68 road trip. We are live here in Louisville at the Louisville Basketball Practice Facility. Rob Doster, I got Jeff Goodman with me, and we are honored to be joined by Louisville head coach Pat Kelsey. Kelsey, it's great to see you, man. We appreciate you opening up the doors to this facility, allowing us to come in here while you guys are working out, allowing us to hang out with you. You guys were just back in Charleston.
We just were. I got to make sure I correct you a little bit because I got to give a shout. Look at that. I never seen you look better.
Yeah.
So it's Planet Fitness Kieber Center.
Planet Fitness Kieber Center.
So I got to make sure we say it correctly because my guy Rick.
That's the new name?
Yeah, my guy Rick.
When did that change?
It's been that way for a couple years.
I haven't been in here.
You know Rick
for a
Kieber?
while. No.
Oh man.
But I was here plenty of times.
I just want to make sure he got a shout out.
Yeah,
you called it the correct building.
I've been here plenty of
He
times.
helped build the building.
When Rick
the building, you
Pitino-
better get a shout out.
When Rick Pitino was taking his guys and making them run over here to do some extra running when they would screw up. Do you do that at all?
One thing I will say is, like, when you mentioned that was Coach Pitino's office and he used to coach off that balcony, and the fact that that's my office and I'm up there every day, it's pretty cool.
A little humbling?
It's a little humbling, and it's great to see you guys too. It just reminds me basketball season is here. So welcome to the
Your
Ville.
office right now is bigger than the first apartment that I lived in when I graduated college.
Well, I've had a few smaller offices. Let's say at Old Winthrop, one of the special place in my heart, the office was not that size. So I think you saw when we went up there, because when music's playing and the ball's bouncing, it's loud, and my adult ADD kicks in, and I can't concentrate. So I actually...
We'll tweet out a picture of where Kels does most of his work.
Do you want to describe it?
I mean,
Basically
it's
a closet.
it's like it's got a bed, a desk, and nothing else in there. I mean,
You take naps in there too?
It's dark. It's like a dark place in a way, and you spend a lot of your time there. I don't know how. Maybe that's how you walk out with so much energy.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I will say this: in all my years, I've said this before. In all my years of covering, and I've covered every sport, pretty much at almost every level, I have never seen a coach with more consistent energy than Pat Kelsey. Ever.
Well, I just turned a big 5-0 a couple weeks ago. So
way to join the club. It's a shitty club.
I threw out the first pitch of the Cincinnati Reds game on my birthday, which was like the honor of a lifetime.
A strike?
Terry Francona, before I walked out, he goes, "Don't throw it short." And I threw it in the dirt.
You did?
Yeah, it was a bullpen catcher that sort of like framed it and made me look good. But big moment in my life, came up a little short.
Francona's the best.
But going back to the energy, I'm hoping that it can continue as I get older and older. But that's kind of who I am.
But it worked for here. Like, that's the great thing. You were the perfect hire for Louisville, especially at the time you took over. Did you realize that at the time?
Well, it's funny. You were talking about some of your conversations that you had with Josh during the process. I know you know him really well. He's the best AD in the country and one of the most respected guys in collegiate sports anywhere in America. And he knew what he was getting because you sent him some videos of some of my theatrics in the locker room, and I told you not to.
You wouldn't let me tweet.
But you sent it anyway. But I think you know me well enough, good. You've known me forever and ever. Rob, we've gotten to know each other over the last couple of years. That's just who I am. And, it seemed like the city needed a little bit of an injection of energy. We had a tough couple of years here, and this is such a proud basketball program, such a proud basketball city. I give the Revival team such a tip of the cap, and that's the Chucky Hepburns and the Fat Edwards and all those guys that had the remarkable season last year to really rejuvenate this city. I think I had a little something to do with it, but you feels like the Ville's rolling again. It's fun to be in town.
You got a couple of those Revival guys back, and Javon Hadley and Kasean Pryor, who, I guess is going to be healthy here. We'll ask you about him in a second. But you've been able to kind of work out some of these guys. You've had them here for a couple of months. You guys just did a training camp down in Charleston. What is your overall impressions of what the second year of the Pat Kelsey era in the
Well, you mentioned the Revival guys, and I think that group's going to be known as the Revival guys forever. I like to be a little bit of a marketing guy. We came up with
our city
that word last year, and I think if you ask our fan base 20 years from now and you say the Revival team, they'll remember that team. Fell short, obviously, in the postseason, but Chucky Hepburn stepping off the floor and kissing the Cardinal head at half court on senior day. I mean, there's fans that talk about that when I meet them in the community. And they say that's one of the most special moments in their Louisville basketball fan career, if you will. But it's great to have a core group of guys from that team back. Obviously Aly Khalifa and Kobe Rogers were both redshirts last year, but huge culture guys for us. Javon Hadley is back. Kenai Ruths is back. Kasean Pryor is back. So we feel like we're starting way ahead this year versus starting from scratch with the entire team last year, with the exception of Rain and James and Kobe. And so it's good. They can kind of tell the guys what PK is all about and kind of grab them on the side after PK and kind of let them know what that means. They translate a little bit. And then this influx of talent and character that's come in. And we think it's the perfect recipe. We're really, really excited. And we have huge aspirations for this team.
Obviously, you had the resources to be able to put together a team. But there are other teams that had resources that I don't think did as good a job as you did in the portal. Why do you think you were able to do this? I think part of it was timing. You went early. And, man, did you get a bunch of dudes that they've already done it at a high enough level. They're proven at a high level, other than maybe Adrian Wooley, who did it at Kennesaw State. You got Ryan Conwell, who's done it. McKneely, done it at a high level. Obviously, you bring in Mikel Brown. Your perimeter, I think, is as good as any in the entire country. I mean, Mikel Brown, listen, I can't say enough good things about him. I spent some time with him a month ago. I can't wait to see him again here because, honestly, talking to him is like talking to, it's way better than talking to Dawson. Way better. More mature, smarter, well-spoken, all of it.
None of those things are a very high bar to clear.
They don't apply to you. But again, what you were able to do, do you look back and say, like, I'm surprised that my staff and I were able to put together this team?
Well, I think it starts with my staff. Brian's been with me forever and ever. Brian Cloman, Mike Cassidy, Thomas Carr, Ronnie Hamilton, Peyton Siva with us now. But then our kind of like player acquisition team, right? Our department, if you will. And I could name a bunch of people that believe in what we believe in, study our metrics, know what we're looking for, identify the guys that really, really fit, and then we act, and then we jumped on it. You mentioned resources, how important that is. Our administration, starting with Dr. Bradley, the leadership we get from Josh Hurd, they know how important it is for men's basketball to be really, really good here, and they put the wind at our back and allow us to have the bullets to go out and compete. And it takes some luck, too. You look at like a guy like Aly Khalifa, who obviously was coming off a very, very serious knee injury. He had some eligibility issues that we had to file a waiver for, so that was up in the air. And to be able to get a guy like that has been huge for us. And then, to get a waiver wire acquisition in Kasean Pryor, maybe a month and a half, whatever it is into the season, or who knows how quickly, it just really worked out. But I feel like I have the best staff in the country. I think, you put every head coach up here and they would say the exact same thing.
No, but I've been around these guys a lot, and I'm not disputing that at all. Again, Cloman, especially in the new position that you've put him in,
yeah,
I've said to you, and like nobody has more ideas than Brian Cloman.
Well, it's just like,
and he works his ass off.
It's just like Rob makes you look really smart, which is really hard to do. Cloman and all those guys, Ronnie Thomas, they do the same thing for me. But yeah, Brian is worldwide. Brian, he's as creative and forward thinking as anybody in the country, and he's my guy.
So one of the things that a typical Pat Kelsey team has is like 9, 10, 11 guys in rotation, right? And I'm looking at your roster now, and there's probably 8 or 9 players where I could make an argument to myself looking at it.
I think you can go 10.
10. Well, that could be starters, right? Yeah. So when you play that deep and you play that many guys and you have that many people competing for those starting spots, we all know how important it is to be a starter, right? There's a level of prestige that comes with that. How do you navigate dealing with egos, dealing with players that maybe are in a different role than they wanted to be, especially when you're bringing these guys in from the outside in a year?
Yeah, there's a lot there in the question that you just asked. You said 9, you said 10, a lot. You need depth. It's a long season. It's a grind. It's a beatdown. Last year we thought we had a lot of depth, and then we had about 400 guys go down with injuries. And this year, we think one of the strengths of our team is our depth as well. How all that plays out is what happens every day from 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock in practice. We hang our hat on. Huge word in our program is competing. That theme of competition permeates everything in our organization, and it sort of plays itself out as you move forward. We like to play a lot of guys. We like to wear teams down with our pace, with our relentlessness, with our offensive rebounding, and roles will be defined as we move forward. But it starts with how do you deal with all that? It's you recruit the right type of guys that are about winning, right? And we teach culture and we sell culture every single day, like all programs do in the country. But it's all about what we call the power of the unit.
The fact that you were able to get a kid like Mikel Brown after 1 year here. Again, you got resources, but he could have gotten that.
It wasn't even
a lot of other places.
He committed in January, right?
Right. I mean, it's kind of crazy that you're able to do it. Why can he be? And I don't want to put too much on him, but he's going to be a guy that's got the ball in his hands a lot as a freshman, with a lot on his shoulders from this city. Why can he be a program-defining player for the Louisville Cardinals?
Yeah, man, I love that you asked that question. We signed Mikel in January after just being here 6 months, before we had even proven ourselves, right? I give his camp, I give his mom, I give his dad, I give him credit for knowing, seeing what we got going on here, seeing how we do things, seeing the success that we've had in the past at the various stops we've had, seeing the success of our players and the development of our players, and they said, that's it. That's what we want for our son. I mean, he's a lottery pick potential guy, and we proved him right. By how the year progressed, January is when he commits. We didn't get the thing really, really rolling until January, February. And then they look really, really smart. So when I first got the job here, Josh Hurd made the same leap of faith with me, coming from the mid-major level, never coached at the Power 5 level, and he said, that's my guy. And, I work hard every single day to prove him right and to make him proud. And, Mikel picked point guard U. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, he picked point guard U. Now,
wait. You're taking that away from Lute Olson in Arizona back in the day.
Yeah.
You're stealing it.
I mean, coaching's all about stealing things, stealing ideas, and what the heck. With all due respect to Coach Olson, one of the greatest in the history of the game, I think in the modern basketball era, Louisville was point guard U.
What makes this kid special, Pat?
His makeup. And I think it starts with the way he was raised with his mom and dad. He's as humble of a superstar / 5-star / decorated player as you're going to find anywhere. He doesn't carry himself like he's any better than anybody else. He works, he knows that in that locker room, he's still a freshman. And he, I don't want to say defers, but he understands that the older guys and the seniors, and he knows his place a little bit, but gosh darn. Is he a dog, and is he a competitor, and does he want to be great? What makes him special? His makeup. It's like Coach CP years and years ago, and he just had that it about him. He was, I always said Chris was like Mozart. He just had that natural born feel and IQ for the game of basketball, and you see a lot of those same attributes with Mikel. Yeah, special young man, special player, but it's the makeup and the caliber of human being he is that makes him great.
You just mentioned Chris Paul, right? I was talking to your assistant, Mike Cassidy, and asking him for a comparison on Mikel, and he said there's a little Tyrese Halliburton in there, named a couple of other guys. Give me a comp. Who is he going to play like? Who is he a player that kind of reminds you of him?
Who gave you that comp of Halliburton?
Mike Cassidy.
Oh, Cass did? Yeah, I think there's some of that. I mean, it's unfair for anybody coming in to say I mentioned the word Chris Paul, man. Come on. Let's let him be the first Mikel Brown Jr. versus saying he's the next Tyrese Halliburton or the next Steph Curry. I mean, he's a scoring point guard. Right? I mean, obviously, he can make all the passes. He can make all the reads. He has an advanced basketball mind. As I mentioned, he's a prodigy for his age. But, man, can he put the ball in the basket. And I think from the point guard position, I think a major separator from his, because, yes, he can do all that stuff, read all the pick and rolls, but, man, he can shoot it in. You look at a point guard like Steph Curry, one of his true gifts is his ability to stretch the floor in amazing ways and shoot with amazing range, and that's one of the things that makes him great.
So we know the perimeter's loaded. Again, Conwell, McKneely, Wooley, and Mikel Brown. The front court was kind of the question mark, right? I mean, we just don't know these guys. The last time we saw Aly Khalifa, he was, still picking teams apart offensively, but he slimmed down, and we can't wait to see him later in the show. You got a kid, Sananda Fru, from Germany, from Berlin, who's super talented. And you got another kid from Greece. I'm going to try to pronounce. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Just call him Sioux.
All right, Sioux. Big Sioux, who you love because he's your type of player. You're not concerned at all about the front court. Really, you love it. I mean, you've been raving about this front court because they're all different at the 5.
Yep. And, let me say this real quick because you're going to interview elite guards, and we have elite guards. You're going to interview McKneely, stud. Wooley, stud kid, stud character, stud player, Ryan Conwell, Mikel Brown Jr. Kobe Rogers is a hell of a leader for us now, man. Kobe Rogers has
been with you for a while.
He's been with me, and he is a winner and a big part of what we built here, and he's going to have a significant role on this year's team. But everybody talks so much about our backcourt. I don't think our front court gets enough credit. Down the road, whenever he's ready, obviously we all know Kasean Pryor, who is a defensive dynamo, disruptor, very, very good all-around player. Javon Hadley is, you can't really even call him a front court guy. I think he's just one of those positionless type guys. He's a freaking basketball player who is a winner and tough as heck. When you talk about our bigs, our hubs, you look at those 3 guys. Sananda Fru has played 3 years professionally in Germany in the highest German league, which is crazy now. Guys can play professionally for 3 years, then come play college basketball.
Hey, if that had happened before, they'd be suspended for 3 of the 4 years.
Which is really cool. He's in his freshman year in college, but he's a grizzly veteran, big, strong, physical, with skill. You mentioned Evangelos Zugris, who at one point this year will probably slice his head open like a WWE wrestler back in the day, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and there's going to be blood streaming down that kid's face, and he's going to do a freaking primal scream at the Yum Center, and the place is going to go ballistic. And then, Aly Khalifa, who, in my opinion, is one of the top 5 passing bigs on planet Earth at any level. And they take pride in being that 3-headed monster, right? And they're all different, a lot of different ways. They could slide, because of the way they're constructed and their makeup, they could slide and play some 5 and some 4 together. But I can't be more excited about all 3 of those guys than I am.
So we got some mean tweets we're going to have you read here in 1 second. But before we do, behind us we have 3 national championship trophies, right? Which is awesome, something you got to do. You got to recognize Louisville, the tradition, the program, the excellence there. But there's also one right over here, right behind you, that says the Manager Games Champions 2025. I know the way you run your program. I know how important all those guys are to you. Just talk to me a little bit about what it means to have those group of guys and give them their shine.
Man, I'm so glad you brought them up because those guys don't get any shine. They don't get social media. They don't get any of that.
Well, I was told they got called out at the football game on Saturday.
They did. And here's the caliber of human beings that those guys are. They took my son out with them. Like my son's a 7th grade kid. He leaves school every day, comes out here, and he's got 30 big brothers that love him up, pour into him every day. How lucky am I? Those dudes won the national championship at the Final Four, our GAs and our managers. Hire any one of them and thank me later. Just unbelievable part of our heartbeat and who we are. And then those national championship trophies, just like I said, Louisville is point guard U. And the Brown family saw it and identified it and went all in. And we've proven them right and we'll continue to prove them right. It's one of the most storied and tradition-rich programs in the history of college basketball.
You know what the most shocking thing about this interview is? That Kelsey is in such good spirits, even after Joe Burrow got hurt yesterday.
I mean, Joe Burrow is a huge sports fan. There is an outside chance, I don't know if it's 1%, 0.5%, that he's actually watching this. Probably not. He's probably preparing for 3 months down the road for the December 20th game he's going to play and already watching tape of the Titans or wherever the crap it is. But, man, Joey, I love you. I'm thinking about you. Cincinnati's in mourning today, but we'll bounce back.
All right, we're going to finish off with mean tweets, right?
Mean tweets.
We started this with Matt Painter the other day. We didn't make Darren DeVries do it because he's a new coach in Indiana. But you've been here a year. We're gonna let you take a look at the monitor, and as they come up, I want you to read these tweets. All right, there we go. From George.
From George, Big Barrel George, that's his handle. Pat Kelsey's biggest fear is the height requirement sign at amusement parks. Ba-dunk.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
That's pretty good. I do glance at it. I do glance at it.
Do you make it easy, or is it sometimes a little close? Roller coaster?
Nah, I mean, I would say my freshman year in high school is when I finally really passed that. I was hanging on the bar like Peter Brady, Bobby Brady, trying to grow to 6 foot. That was my goal. I had a goal of 6 foot. Didn't get there.
It's okay. Yeah. All right, next one.
Oh, this is from Tonio Insane, at Tonio_insane. Are Pat Kelsey and Travis Kelsey related? Because they're both really stupid.
These are good.
Did he? I think he spelled Kelsey on Travis Kelsey wrong.
It's okay. We won't get into semantics there.
Yeah. Hey.
We got a couple more. Here. Here we go.
Hey, this one's got to be good. UK Hoops 840 at Kentucky Hoops 840. Get ready for this one. UK will be Pat Kelsey's daddy now and forever. Hope he gets used to it.
You're doing well.
You're
doing well. I mean,
hey, thanks.
You like these so far?
Yeah. This is awesome. Let's freaking go. Let's do some more.
Came here for, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Kyle D at Kyle Doctor. Fire Pat Kelsey. Seriously, he won't ever win a big game. Is this like back in like high school? My ex-girlfriend's parents.
I'm told we have another good one coming.
This is a good one.
All right, we'll see what we got here.
All right, from Jeff Goodman. This has got to be some Yahoo. At Goodman Hoops. Man, Winthrop coach Pat Kelsey plays more dudes than anyone I've ever seen. Just subbed in 4 guys with 18:07 left in the first half. Crazy. That dude will never make it to the Power 5.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that game?
I remember that. Yeah. That was Dave Davis. That was the substitution magician.
That's right.
My guy, the legend Dave Davis.
Good assistant, right? Really good.
Stud.
Well, listen, Kels, it's great to see you. Appreciate you having fun with some mean tweets. And
awesome. Can we do some more?
I'm sure we got more. I'm sure there's plenty.
We pulled a couple that might have across the line just a little bit. Don't bring those ones up, Dagan.
Go Cards.
Kels, it's great to see you, man.
All right, guys.
Appreciate you jumping on.
Appreciate it.
Coming up
Thanks,
next,
Goody.
Javon Hadley coming up next.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app. You sign up using bonus code FIELD. You deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. The college basketball season will begin right here on the Field of 68. At 8 a.m. on November 3rd, we will be tipping off the inaugural Field of 68 opening day marathon. 15 hours of non-stop basketball. It will begin in Rock Hill, presented by our friends at Visit York County. Plan your itinerary today at visityorkcounty.com. Winthrop will face off with Queens in the opener, followed by Bradley taking on St. Bonaventure. Then we head out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it'll be presented by Sanford Sports, who is changing the way people play and making sports accessible and fun for all. Murray State gets Omaha at 1 p.m. Eastern time, with Drake taking on Northern Arizona in the second game in Sioux Falls. Then it's back to Rock Hill for a showdown between Furman and High Point, with Merrimack taking on South Dakota State in Sioux Falls in the nightcap. Tickets for all 6 games are on sale now at the links in the description below. Field of 68, opening day.
Well, welcome back to day 3 of the Field of 68's road trip. We are now joined by Louisville's Javon Hadley, 6th-year senior, not a 5th-year senior, a 6th-year
Man, you're old.
Man,
senior.
I'm getting there. I am getting there.
How old are you now?
23.
23? Yeah, it's actually not. For 6 years, I expected like 25.
Right,
You know,
nah.
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You're the grizzled veteran, though.
Yep.
Been around.
Yep, still
You
feel
know where
young,
he
though.
started his career?
I do.
Go ahead.
At Northeastern University.
Do you know what he averaged?
I do not, but I do know that once he realized that you were living in that same city, he's like, I'm out.
got out.
I
He
gotta
got
go. Get me back to the Midwest.
What'd you average, Javon?
0, I think. 1,
Yeah.
maybe something
Maybe
like
1
that.
point. I think it was
1 point,
a
yeah.
game.
1
Barely
point.
played.
Barely played.
What are you thinking then? What are you thinking in terms of college basketball and what your future is?
Man, I didn't know if I was ready to play at that level. I mean, coming out of high school, I assumed that I was ready for, the big lights and everything. And, I'm one of the best players in Minnesota, over there with Jalen and Suggs and Chet. And, it was a reality check. So decided I needed to take another route and be real with myself. So.
And you went JUCO.
I went JUCO, found myself a little bit. There's not much to do in Indian Hills over there in Iowa. So, all it was hoops. And, Hank Polona, the head coach there, is still my guy to this day. Helped change my life around.
How?
I mean, just everything. I mean, he turned me into a pro, like the way I work, my work ethic, how I treat people, how I walk around, just turning myself into a man. And that's really where I found myself, found my faith with God there, and just really leveled up my game, honestly, because I'm in the gym all day. That's all I could do.
That's one of the things that I keep hearing, talking with some of the staff members, some of the assistants, some of the managers, with this specific Louisville team, is how mature all you guys are. Right. How there's a level of professionalism, I guess is probably the right way to use it, that you understand like what it takes to be able to play at this level and how you got to get better.
Right, got to. And I mean, that's like you said, like it's the staff during everything, every meeting, wherever we go, bus rides, everything, they just say be a pro. That's everything. Handle your business. Stay out of trouble. Just do what a pro would do. Be a man. Just handle your business.
All right. Can you pull that up for me for a second?
One?
Both. Go ahead. Pull both up.
I don't know if I can.
All right. Well, we see. You got a lot of tattoos on this arm.
Yeah.
You don't have any on that arm, do you?
Just my mom.
But nothing
right
here.
here, yeah.
Why? I was told from a source, it's because that's your shooting arm.
That is, yeah.
That's your shooting arm.
That is, well, yeah.
Is that true?
I'm a superstitious guy, so like I wear 2 socks. I got, this is my shooting hand. This is the hand for buckets and all that stuff. So I kind of try to keep this clean. Just had my mom's birthday and my grandparents on here. That's it.
Did you get your mom's birthday there so you don't forget it?
That's another reason, yeah. I'm not good with the birthdays and stuff like that too. So
What's your other biggest superstition? Before a game.
Probably my socks. I would say that. That's what I was gonna say. I double sock every game.
do?
So if I don't have the double socks on, I'm not feeling right
trouble?
before the game. I'm in trouble. Yeah.
Take me through your decision this spring to come back to Louisville, right? Because you are 23 years old.
Right.
I'm sure there was an opportunity to go play professional basketball somewhere for you.
Yeah.
You're back here again, and you have an opportunity to kind of be the older guy and the leader of a program that has a couple of younger players than you did last season. Why are you back?
I'm here to complete the mission. Honestly, just we had unfinished business last year. I mean, I felt like we could have gone a lot further than we did last year, and that's just not how it went. And like you said, I had the opportunity to come back, be a leader, be an older guy, be a vet for those younger guys on the team. Continue to level up my game. Polish my game better. And try to do a lot better in college the next year.
Was there ever any consideration to leave, or was always, as soon as you found out you had that extra season, like I'm good, let's run this thing back?
When he saw that NIL offer.
No, I think there was definitely a little bit of a process. I mean, my family, obviously doing what's best for myself and my family over everything. That's my world, that's my family. And there was definitely a bit of a process, whether to enter the draft, go through the draft process, and take professional route. But yeah, the college route is popping right now. So I mean, I couldn't pass that up.
No, it's a smart business decision too.
It is, yeah.
And again, I'm sure you loved it here because you saw you came in at the perfect time, right?
did, yes.
The last 2 years were not good here.
Yeah, yeah.
You come in, you start winning a little bit, and you got momentum. What was it like in this city last year for you?
Unbelievable. I mean, everywhere you go, like I would go to the grocery store with my girl, or I would go with just like my family. I would go to church. Like, you're the man. Like, everybody knows you. Like, yo, what's up, Vaughn? What's up? Like, hey, good game the other day. Like, everybody, like, hey, what's up? Like, just the Cards fan base is next level. Like, I truly believe, like, I know a lot of people would say, like, if they came up here, like, we have the best fan base. Like, I truly believe that, like, we do have the best fans. So
they're so hungry, too.
Yeah, they're hungry for
that's
success.
The other part. They're great anyway.
Yeah.
And then you go through what they've gone through the last few years, and they are so hungry. So last year's team was good. This year's team has the potential to be great.
Great.
Why?
Our depth. That's the glaring thing right away. Everybody, you know, go down the list. Everybody just can get it done. Like we talked about earlier, a bunch of pros, a bunch of veteran guys. Our age sticks out on paper. Guys that have been in the process, been through college, know what it takes to win. I know I talked about that last year. Like, we're a bunch of winners that know how to win. I remember I talked about that last year, and you know, we just keep adding on. You know, Adrian, Ryan, Isaac, bringing on all these guys that, you know, professional guys overseas. You know, Sananda, Zugris, Mo, like guys that know how to win and just about the right things. It just adds on. It just adds up.
Well, you're watching like Mikel while he's been here, and even I think Wooley probably counts too, because he's a sophomore, which is young in college basketball these days. It's amazing how far we've come in 8 years. Sophomores used to be the veterans, now they're the young guys. What are you trying to help them with in terms of that adjustment, getting used to playing at this level? Because even, I mean, Adrian was at Kennesaw State last year. Right. That's a different level than what you're going to see in the ACC.
I would just say the biggest thing I've talked to the younger guys about is just the physicality level. You know, everybody's extremely physical at this level. And the IQ, like you got to be able to make the right reads. Nobody's going to play a perfect game, but, you know, there's certain reads at this level that, you know, you have to go through and make mistakes with. And, you know, I learned that, you know, at Northeastern, I'm making mistakes that, you know, guys are trying to teach me about. And, you know, the staff brought me back to really coach those younger guys on a lot of those things. And I know myself, I'm still going to make mistakes and stuff like that too. But, you know, I feel like I'm a veteran in that aspect.
All right, it might be a little bit of a weird question for you, but we were talking to Kelsey earlier, and he was mentioning the front court pieces, and then he was mentioning the back court pieces, and we never really mentioned your name, right? And he was just like, yeah, this because he's a basketball player. What position do you consider yourself? I'm
just a hooper. Like, honestly, wherever you could put me at the 5, you could put me at the 2, the 3, the 4, like, you know, whatever. I'll play anywhere to get out there on the court and, you know, help the team win, because that's kind of how I grew up. So just whatever it takes.
What's going to be the difference in your game this year, do you think? Because let's face it, you've sacrificed a lot of what you do for the team, for winning. Are we going to see anything different from you think, this year?
I would say a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
That's what the staff has, you know, talked to me about all summer, just being more aggressive, being that offensive threat that they know that I'm capable of being, and just believing in myself. You know, I'm always going to still be that dog, that rebounding dog, the defensive dog. And then just the last thing is just polishing up like my games, my handles, making sure my shot is consistent. Just being a polished player. That's what this summer has been about. And I feel like I've really taken leaps in just being a polished player.
Is it true that you've never beaten Charlie in free throw golf?
I might have got him one time, but he is the champion. He is.
The champion?
He is, yeah. I know. He is.
Give me your favorite Pat Kelsey story so far, being with him a year plus now. We see the energy that never seems to end.
Yeah.
Is there something that stands out, a good Kelsey story that you have?
I don't know about a good Kelsey story. I would say that's something that actually recently happened. I wasn't in this workout group, but I saw it. Ryan had lost his shoe. I know we talked about the shoe a lot with Coach Kelsey. When you lose your shoe, you better get to your shoe before he does. Otherwise, he's throwing it up into the stands. So Ryan actually lost his shoe in a workout, and he realized, you know, just being here this short amount of time, he realized that he had to dive on his shoe, and him and Kelsey both almost collided trying to get Ryan's shoe. And, you know, everybody.
Did Kelsey go down?
He did.
Kelsey went diving for it.
Diving for it. And so did Ryan. They both went after the shoe.
Who got it?
Like Ryan got it.
He did.
But like, what are the staff is doing that? What are the head coaches getting on the ground diving for a shoe like that?
Was it Ryan's length over Kelsey's length that you think enabled him to get the shoe?
I think it was just Ryan got on the floor faster than him.
Younger.
Yeah,
a little
bit younger.
helps.
Yeah.
All right.
So when you look at kind of the way that this roster was built, right? Like you got the three bigs that you kind of work your way through, and you got guards that are going to play these certain positions. I think everyone knows what Isaac McKneely's out there to do, right? He's out there to make threes.
Yeah.
You got a point guard in Mikel Brown. You got a guy in Adrian Wooley who can get to the basket.
Yeah.
I think that players like of your ilk that just connect everything, right, are so important and maybe are a little bit of a lost art in the sport right now. Like how valuable do you think having guys of your role makes it for this program?
Yeah, I mean it's actually tough. It's because you don't always get the the shine, and you don't always get the publicity, and you don't always score 30 points, and you're not always that guy. But when you can get over yourself, and you can get over that you don't need. It's not always about you. You take pride in being that connector. There's some games. I had some games last year where I had high 20s, 30s. And your game's gonna come. But are you about winning or are you about your game? So, like, that's just something that I pride myself on. And I feel like that's what's really led to my success, where it's not just solely worrying about Javon's threes or Javon's points per game and stuff like that. And, when you have guys like that, 1, 2, 3 of those guys that are on the roster and they're veterans, like, it's tough to beat guys like that.
All right, Javon, last thing I got for you. You look at this table behind us. We got 3 national championship trophies right there. What do you think about when you see that?
Man, I think I want to add another one, obviously, for sure. Yeah.
What's the biggest?
The manager one right there.
Yep, yeah.
The manager one. That's what I'm happy about right there. They deserve that one. They're the best managers in the country. They deserve to have that up there.
I mean, they got that over you guys right now. They have a national championship. You don't.
And we don't. Yeah, and we talk about that actually a lot. So we joke around with that a lot. But no, we're proud of them.
All right. Well, listen, Javon, it's great to see you again, man.
Likewise.
Great to have you back in college basketball.
Yes, sir.
And best of luck this season.
Thank
Coming
you
up
guys very
next,
much.
we're going to be hearing from one of the biggest transfers on the market this year, Ryan Conwell.
Would you be surprised to find out that the Field of 68 is home to more than 35 podcasts? More than 25 team-specific podcasts that are hosted by the people that know what fans want the most. The Goodman and Hummel podcast, the DTF podcast, the A10 Insider podcast, and the Mountain West podcast. But wait, there's even more. The Field of 68 will be launching the ACC Insider podcast this year. Subscribe to this channel and come along for the ride. There is no sport in America that is more difficult to follow than college basketball. It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for injury updates, recruiting news, and transfer portal additions that actually matter. For just $50 a year, get access to the same information that your favorite team's coaching staff is subscribed for. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help you with that. As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app. You sign up using bonus code FIELD. You deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Well, welcome back to the Field of 68's road trip. It's day 3. We're here in Louisville, and we're joined now by Ryan Conwell, one of the most exciting transfers, I think, entering a program anywhere in college basketball.
I love how he's got the ball.
He's got to make sure, man. He's got to make sure.
Did you do something wrong that you got to bring it everywhere today?
No. I just like having it in my hands. Really.
All right. That's good.
Is that like a fumble thing? You know how football practice, if you fumble, you got to walk around with a football all day? Do you have too many turnovers?
Nah.
Nothing like that.
It's like having the ball in my hands.
Speaking
everywhere?
I mean, I take it like to the film sessions,
You don't bring it to class, do you?
Nah.
Speaking of fumbles, we just heard a story about how you dove on a loose shoe in practice the other day.
Gosh.
Take us through that. Play by play.
Okay, so, well, ever since I got here, everyone said, like, one of PK's pet peeves is the shoes coming off. So, I mean, I make sure to tie my shoes tight, you know, mostly every time. But we were in a practice setting doing, like, one-on-one drills. And so I'm driving to the basket, and I shoot the layup. And I come down, and my boy AD, he came down too. And I'm like stepping away, but he steps on my shoe. So like my foot comes out of the shoe. And so then I'm just standing there, and I'm like, oh, my shoe. And like I'm like under the basket, and PK's like around the free throw line. and then we both just dive for it. It's a video too, but we both just dive for it, and I end up scooping it up. But I just hear stories about him taking shoes, throwing them in the stands, just everything. So I didn't want that to happen to me, so I had to grab my shoes.
So you got him. You got him.
Yeah.
What's it like, Ryan, for you being here? I know this is sort of home for you. Your dad grew up in Louisville. I think there was a picture of you and your grandfather.
Yeah.
Here?
Right in front of the Yum Center. I was probably no older than about 12.
Really?
Yeah.
So how much did that play into you wanting to stay, you know, fairly close to home? You went to Pike here in Indy,
right.
Not too far from Indy.
Yeah.
How much did that play in? Because, again, you've been a little bit well-traveled through your college career.
For sure. It definitely played a part. You know, I mean, just this time around, entering the portal, you know, I obviously wanted to stay at home, but I just wanted to go somewhere where I would be comfortable, you know, and it just how it happened to be that Louisville was the place, you know, and it's just a blessing being able to be close to, you know, a lot of my family, you know, on my dad's side, and, you know, just really seeing a smile on his face, you know, because I think it just means a little bit more to him, and it means a little bit more to me, just being able to play here at Louisville and, you know, just watching him growing up, so.
Did part of the reason that you committed here also have to do with the fact that Pat Kelsey teams shoot more threes than just about anybody else, and you're a guy that shoots more threes than just about anybody else?
It definitely played a factor, you know, just coming into a system, you know, that I felt like I could thrive in, you know, just someone who, just playing with, you know, players in the team that, you know, could use my skill set, and I could play with other great players, so it definitely played a factor.
I think the most interesting part about that, right, is you committed pretty early in the process. I believe it was like early April, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like before the season even ended, before the portal really got going.
Right.
Why so quick?
I would say, I mean, it was my third time in the portal, so you know,
you already had a plan.
Yeah, like me and my family, you know, we already kind of knew how things rolled, and you know, I definitely was blessed to have, you know, multiple opportunities to go different places, and it was just, you know, PK's his want and desire just for me to come and play here, and just how, you know, he viewed my game, and just how I viewed myself growing just as a player and a young man, and being able to make it to the next level, as well as just, you know, hopefully win a national championship. So.
All right, so I want you to rank these coaches in order from tallest to shortest. Right. Brian Gregory, Josh Schertz, Sean Miller, and Pat Kelsey.
All right.
None of them are probably bigger than 6'1".
You said tallest to shortest?
Yes.
Miller's definitely the tallest.
Good. Okay. That was the easy one.
Yeah, that was the easy one. Oh man.
Yeah, you put him. He doesn't want to say which one is the shortest.
Yeah, hold on. Let me think. It might be PK.
Second? You think so? I would say Gregory.
You think?
I would give Gregory the nod for second.
Okay.
All right.
We all know who's in last place.
Schertz.
Yeah. I think Schertz is.
They're all pretty like similar, like in height though, for real.
Right.
Like, none of them
it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy to me.
Like you got four kind of shoes. All right. So we'll go through another ranking now. Ready?
Yeah.
Best shooter on the team. Give me the top 4 shooters in order. Good luck with this one. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. It's tough. I mean, this team is – I think you've got 4 of the best shooters in the country on this team. So whoever's fourth, you're not disparaging anybody. But to me, like, this is brutal. I feel bad right now. He's gonna bow out.
You put him in the hot seat.
I am putting him in the hot
on the
seat.
show ever again.
He's sweating right now. He's sweating.
Nah, I got it.
All right, go ahead.
I think that on any given night, anyone on our team could be the best shooter.
Good answer.
That is
good
great
answer.
He was look how proud. The SID Dina Brown is over. She is so proud of him right now. Way to just dodge it. Good job. I have another one that might put you in a comfortable spot. So this morning,
guy's gonna leave.
Nah, I'm good.
So this morning you went in. You met with Kasean. You went and met with a bunch of elementary school kids,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yeah.
Who gave you the more mature questions? The elementary school kids or Goodman?
Goodman.
What's the strength of this team? Is it your guards? I mean, to me, you've got 4 guards that I can't believe, honestly, that you guys were able to get all 4 of you. Mm-hmm. Because generally, it's kind of a playing time deal, right? Somebody's not going to come at the end, and I think McKneely was the last one to commit, which is give him all the credit in the world that he said, hey, I'm willing to come here and fight for minutes, and maybe I won't play 32 like I would somewhere else.
Right.
What's it going to be like watching the 4 of you guys together? I don't think the 4 of you play. All of you will be on the court together, but 3 of the 4 of you are going to be on the court pretty much all the time.
Yeah. I would say, obviously, a lot of people know about our guard play, but I would just say our whole team in general, I think we can play, just 10 deep like every game. And, we all understand the fact that we all are playing with really good players. We all know that we're not going to be able to play 40 minutes every single game just due to the fact of how skilled our team is. But we do also understand that, the best teams and the teams that go far are the teams that have the depth. And, we understand that. And, PK and the coaches preach about that. So I think it's more just what's going to take us far is everyone coming together and just seeing the big picture for what it is. And, we'll all get everything that we desire individually and collectively if we just, buy into, what's being preached to us.
So you are getting your master's in real estate right now?
Yeah, I'm working on getting it's my real estate certificate. So it's not technically my master's in real estate, but it's a certificate for real estate.
I think that might be the first player that we've interviewed that was
smart.
That had the degree listed on the side. No, I don't mean
smart. I meant a smart move. I didn't mean smart. First player that was smart. Everybody's looking over here like, you idiot. You're making
it's all good.
But
so
smart to
Javon
do
is a real estate certificate as well. So take me through why. Like why are you going that direction? Is this just something where are you gonna be a mogul in 20 years?
Well, first, definitely give credit to my mom and my dad. Just with me and my older brother, they preach, school always, just because, the ball will stop bouncing at some point, and God willing, that'll be some time. But, either way, I'll have to, continue on a different career path if I choose to. So, thankfully, I was able to graduate, my junior year at Xavier with my bachelor in liberal arts, and my mom wasn't going to let me come to school and just do nothing. So,
find something.
Right. And, I was kind of interested in, real estate and being able to, allow my money to, grow, and, one thing just on this world is we won't be getting any more land. So land will always be something, people need. And, just kind of like figuring that thing out and, just looking into that was, what intrigued me.
Have you been smart with how you're investing, NIL?
For sure. Definitely been trying to, build different portfolios and just really give back to the community as well. Just really, giving the fundraisers and different things like that and working with different financial people to, just make my money stretch. So
smart move.
Yes, sir.
Give me your breakdown of Mikel so far. Coming in, top 5 player. I feel like he doesn't carry himself like other top players. How would you explain him both on and off the court to people that haven't seen him yet or met him yet?
Yeah, that's my boy. I think he's just different. Like, he obviously has just a God-given talent, the size, the speed, the strength, athleticism. But it's really just his mindset, like just the way he moves. You would never think that he's a freshman, he's like, a lot of times he can be hard on himself, you know, and that's just how everybody is when they want to be great, you know, and I think that's what's going to allow him to just have a long-lasting career, you know, after this. But he's just a different breed, you know, just a great guy to be around off the court as well. Really high energy, good vibes. He's one of one. So
yeah. You've managed to kind of remain cool, calm, and collected through a bunch of ridiculous questions that we've asked you. If it was Mike Cassidy up here that was firing, would it be the same way? Does he get on your skin a little bit more?
Nah, I would just try to stay cool and calm no matter who's asking the questions. So, I mean.
How did you get through last year? Because your year last season didn't start off great. Right at Xavier? Mm-hmm. Struggled a little bit early, and then you came on. What was it that allowed you to kind of – because it's hard when you're going to a different place every year. Mm-hmm. It takes a while sometimes to learn that coach, that system, that place. What was it that enabled you to kind of figure that thing out in conference play last year?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, definitely at Xavier, just having a coaching staff that trust in me and just allow me to stick with it. And also just, I would say, just staying in the gym, just continuously working on my game, just trusting in the work, no matter what's happening, just knowing that the results will come. And you know, that's what's got me this far. So, you know, why I deviate from it now. So just really just trusting in my work and trusting in that God has placed me in this position for a reason, you know, and just embracing all the challenges and the ups and downs that come with it. So,
yeah, well, listen, Ryan, we appreciate you jumping on here with us. We'll let you get back to actually shooting with that basketball.
Right, yeah.
So, coming up, we're going to hear from the guy. We'll see if Isaac McKneely has the same answer when it comes to who is the best shooter on the Louisville basketball roster. Yeah. That's next.
Athlete AI is the story of the athlete. And every athlete deserves to have the story told. Under the lights and in the spotlight. This is your moment, your room. Download, capture, create, share. Athlete AI. Your name is Trent.
Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansborough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens. As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Well, welcome back to the Field of 68's road trip, day 3. We're here in Louisville and joined now by Isaac McKneely, a transfer from Virginia. And here's the most interesting thing about a player transferring from a Tony Bennett program to a Pat Kelsey program. You went from playing in a team that was the slowest team in college basketball to a team that's playing at like top 60 pace, to a team that had the longest possessions offensively, to someone that has a top 60 offensive possession length, according to KenPom, right? You're going from a team that shot in Tony Bennett's last season, 32% of their field goal attempts were from beyond the arc, to a team that shoots 48% of their field goal beyond the arc. So I have a feeling you're going to enjoy playing for this program, this team. You're going to have a year fits what you do as a basketball player.
Yeah, obviously nothing against Tony Bennett. He's one of my favorite people in the world. But he has his own style. Pat Kelsey has his own style. Every coach has their own style. But, entering the transfer portal, I was kind of looking for something like this, a little bit faster, allow me to get more shots up, get more threes up. Pat, Coach Kelsey told me everything I wanted to hear. It was, like I said, music to my ears. The tempo that we're playing at, it's a lot different. Still trying to get used to that. I've been here for 3 months and still an adjustment at this point, but just trying to get used to that, getting more threes up, getting out in transition. And I'm loving it so far, and I think it's going to fit my style very well.
Got to get in better shape, huh?
Very much so, but that's Eli's job, in the weight room. We've been working real hard conditioning-wise, and like I said, still adjusting in that area, but getting there for sure.
So you were at Virginia for 3 years, but last year was different, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right before the season, Tony Bennett kind of abruptly decides he's gonna retire. Ron Sanchez, his guy, takes over. Didn't go quite as well as people thought. What was that like for you, even going back to when Tony just said, hey, you know what, I'm done. I don't really want to do this anymore.
Yeah, it was just a normal day. We were getting ready for practice, stretching out and stuff, and, we called a team meeting. I was just expecting, film before practice or something like that. And, we walk in the film room, and some of the coaches kind of had tears in their eyes or something. I thought maybe somebody passed away, something super serious happened. And it was just a weird moment, and then Coach Bennett walks in, kind of just tells us, he's planning on stepping down, and shock, just throughout my whole body, shock. And, we canceled practice that day. I went home. I was, contemplating, what's going to happen? What is, I just never thought this would happen. Whenever I first committed, I thought TB was going to be there my whole 4 years. I was going to graduate from Virginia, everything. So my whole world just kind of shifted like that. But, Coach Sanchez stepped up. I thought he did a good job for the most part. Obviously not record-wise. We didn't have the greatest season. But I thought for me personally, it allowed me to step into more of a leadership role, kind of be the player coach in a way and kind of help out Coach Sanchez that way. And I thought it was a good, year for me to step into that role. And it just allowed me to mature as a player and, off the court as well. And then obviously transferring here, looking for something new. I'm excited for this upcoming season as well.
So you were the last guy of the 4 perimeter guys to commit here.
Mm-hmm.
I give you a ton of credit, man, a ton of credit, because most people are going to say, all right, they already have Wooley. They already have Conwell. Mikel's coming in. Most guys are going to say, there's no way in hell I'm coming here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go somewhere where I can get all the shots, which you could have. Mm-hmm. Got paid the same amount of money somewhere else. Why? Why'd you come here with the, having to fight for the minutes and maybe not playing quite as much and getting as many shots?
Well, I'm all about winning. And, PK, he told me the whole time, he was really upfront with me about the recruiting process. He was recruiting Wooley, he was recruiting RC, Ryan Conwell, and he was really upfront. He wants all 3 of us. It wasn't like we're going to get 2 of these guys and then let the other one go. He wanted all 3 of us to be here, and he was really upfront about that, and I appreciated that. And it's funny, actually, you said I was the last one, but me and Ryan, were literally simultaneously.
I think you were after him.
It was very close.
After.
Very close, but after. I think PK was at dinner with Ryan, and he decided, and then I called him 20 minutes later and decided. So it was kind of weird how all that worked out, but, I wouldn't want it any other way. Obviously basketball-wise, we're going to be really good, but I've made some of my best friends here since I've been here these past 3 months. And like you said, 4 guards, there's probably only room for 3 to start, but that's okay. Whatever my role is, starter, 6th man, I'm willing to step into that role and, go for a championship.
I think that's something that mindset is really important, especially with Pat Kelsey teams. If you go back and look at what he's done at Charleston and Winthrop, he's playing 9, 10, 11, 12. You have to be willing to sacrifice.
But you can do
minutes.
that. I will say this: you can do that a lot easier at the mid-major level. It's harder to do that at the high major level. You have to have guys that understand, that kind of buy in going into this, and that's where man, I commend you. Well, because it sets a great precedent for the rest of the team that you did this.
Yeah. I appreciate you answering the question that I was gonna ask. But that mindset that you have when you are willing to sacrifice like that, is that what you're seeing on the rest of this roster?
Oh, for sure. Nobody cares. Obviously, there's only room for one highest scorer. There's only room for one highest assist guy, and we all accept that. Everybody's going to have their role, whether that's one night I might score 20, Ryan might score 20, Wooley might score 20. It's going to differ every night, but I think that's what makes us scary. And, I think I like having 9 or 10 guys that can play and, 4 or 5 guards that can rotate in and out, because I get tired out there, especially, at the pace we're going to be playing at this year, running the floor, as hard as PK wants us to play on defense, I'm going to be really tired. So, I'm going to need those subs. And, if I'm playing 25, 30 minutes a night, whatever it is, at Virginia I was playing 38, 39, it's going to be a little different, but, I'm willing to accept that role for sure.
So you said there's only room for one leading scorer. there's only room for one leading assist guy. Means there's only going to be room for one best shooter on the roster, right? So who is it?
Man, I can't answer that question. You know, we got a lot of great shooters on this team, obviously.
Conwell ranked you 5th on the team.
I don't know about all that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know RC better than that.
You wouldn't pick.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to either, man.
I mean, again, the beauty is there's like 4 of you that can claim, you know,
I
the
think,
top spot here.
You know, about 90% of the game we're going to have at least 4, maybe 5 guys on the court that are shooting it from 3, and I think that's going to make us hard to guard, you know, when 1 through 5 can shoot the 3 ball like we can.
Yeah, the spacing on this is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, we got like 5 guys that shoot over 40%, 4 or 5 guys, so it's going to be scary for sure.
When you have seen Mikel play so far in practices and the workouts, who does he remind you of? Give us a scouting report of what he can do.
Man, I can't even tell you who he reminds me of because he's one of a kind. Like, he's one of the most, like, generational, like, star players I've ever seen. You know, I knew, obviously, you know, you see on social media, you know, you see the clips, you see the 5-star beside his name. Obviously, I knew he was going to be really good, but I think the biggest question mark I had for him coming in was, you know, freshman point guard in the ACC, how's he going to do? Obviously, he hasn't played a game yet, but in practice, you know, he's been really poised, really mature. You know, he doesn't really turn the ball over that much like some freshmen might tend to do. You know, I did as a freshman, I know that. But he's really poised, really mature, and he plays like he's a senior. Like, and he's put on 20 pounds since he's been here. He's a lot bigger now. He's not getting bumped around like some people thought he would. He's just really filling out in his body, and I think he's going to be, you know, one of the best point guards in the ACC, if not the country.
So I was told to ask why you don't dunk anymore like you did back in AAU or in high school.
Who told you to ask that?
West Virginia. I can't reveal my source. Cannot reveal my source. Is it because you can't or won't?
I can. I'm hoping we're going to have some more opportunities this year with some transition opportunities.
We're blaming it on Virginia. We're blaming it on Tony Bennett's system here.
No, definitely not. But, you know, I'm hoping to have some more opportunities in this offense, you know, with the transition and, you know, more 5-out. Paint might be a little more open. I'm hoping to have some opportunities. I know Eli, our strength coach, wants me to throw a couple down. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get a couple.
Shout out to Eli, an Arizona grad too, by the way. Great strength coach. Terrific.
So he won't answer who the best shooter is. Maybe he'll answer who the best cornhole player on the roster is.
I'm about to say myself there.
Oh, no hesitation.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
I'm humble when it comes to basketball. When it comes to cornhole, I'm very confident in my abilities.
Is there any competition?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's definitely me. Braden Connor is up there for sure. He's one of our assistants. Thomas Carr, Peyton Siva is up there. Eli has come along. You know, at the beginning of the summer he was kind of but he's gotten a lot better.
Working
yeah,
at it?
He's gotten a lot better. He's got cornhole boards at his house. He practices. He's gotten a lot better.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed.
But we have some competition for sure. But I'm definitely up there.
One name you didn't mention was Mikel. I was told that he could do a lot of things, and cornhole is not one of them.
He's bad.
I've only seen him play a couple of times, but he's not bad. But he's got a ways to go. I think he can get there, though.
That sounds like the kind of thing a guy says when he knows that Mikel's going to be passing him the ball.
Exactly. That's right. Just say good things about him, man.
Yeah, I played against him one time, and he held his own. But he's got a ways to go if he wants to be up there with, you know, the big dogs.
What's the difference been coming from Virginia to Louisville? Not on the court so much, because we've talked about that, the difference in the systems and the way you're going to play. But just going from Virginia to Louisville in terms of, again, seeing the atmosphere out there right now. I don't know how much you've had a chance to really interact with fans because, you know, really, you know, you look at students, they've only been here for a few, probably a month.
Yeah. I would say, you know, the fan base interaction is crazy. You know, Louisville basketball is like the staple of Louisville. Like, there's no pro team, but, you know, we have a pro arena. We have million and some people in the city. I think that's the biggest thing is, like, Louisville basketball is – like, if Louisville basketball's winning, Louisville's on top of the world. If Louisville basketball's losing, they're down in the dumps. Like, it's the biggest thing, and I think just adjusting to that and, like, being in a big city as well. Like, Charlottesville was, like, more of a college town, like, low-key. Like, Louisville was obviously a lot different than that as well. So I think off the court, that. And then school-wise, you know, UVA, obviously top of the notch school. You know, I had all in-person classes. You know, here I have a little bit of online, so there's a little bit more leniency there. But, yeah, just those things off the court, probably a lot different.
Did you get your degree from
I did not. I was close, but I did not. So I'll graduate from here, yeah.
What do you want, like, down the road? What do you major in? What do you want to do?
I'm majoring in business, but I definitely want to maybe own my own business one day, but more than likely I'm probably going to play as long as I can and then get into coaching at some point for sure.
If you decide to own your own business, find a better business partner.
What do you mean?
We have, like, when you look at our spreadsheets and our balance sheets, we have travel costs, and we have sponsorship money coming in, and we have the Jeff Goodman Blackjack Fund.
Oh, man.
The worst part is I'm actually a really good blackjack player.
There's more red
When
in the
I'm not
Blackjack
playing with
Fund.
him. If I'm with him,
So he's the bad luck charm.
awful. I mean, don't ever sit at the same table.
There's
as Rob
more
Dawson.
red in the Jeff Goodman Blackjack Fund than there is in the Young Center.
Oh, man.
Last thing I got for you.
Okay.
I was told that you are a big fisherman.
I am.
What do you fish for? Where do you go fishing? And have you found, you don't have to give us the secret spots, but have you found secret spots around Louisville?
I really haven't found any super secret places here in Louisville yet. I like to fish back home, with my dad, with my brother. I love catfishing. That's probably my favorite, just sitting there waiting for the big bite. Bass fishing's obviously fun. I like fishing for trout, in the rivers and stuff. But here I really haven't gotten into it too much. Been in the gym too much to get out there. So,
Good answer. They've done
42% three-point shooter over 3 years at Virginia.
Not bad.
It's ridiculous.
Not bad. Isaac, great to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Best
Thank
of
you,
luck
guys.
this season. Coming up next, we're going to be hearing from Adrian Wooley, Kennesaw State transfer, all about what he's done this offseason and adjusting to life in the ACC.
He's a stud, by the way.
There you go. The stud coming up next.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. The college basketball season will begin right here on the Field of 68. At 8 a.m. on November 3rd, we will be tipping off the inaugural Field of 68 opening day marathon. 15 hours of non-stop basketball. It will begin in Rock Hill, presented by our friends at Visit York County. Plan your itinerary today at visityorkcounty.com. Winthrop will face off with Queens in the opener, followed by Bradley taking on St. Bonaventure. Then we head out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it'll be presented by Sanford Sports, who is changing the way people play and making sports accessible and fun for all. Murray State gets Omaha at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with Drake taking on Northern Arizona in the second game in Sioux Falls. Then it's back to Rock Hill for a showdown between Furman and High Point, with Merrimack taking on South Dakota State in Sioux Falls in the nightcap. Tickets for all 6 games are on sale now at the links in the description below. Field of 68 opening day.
Welcome back to day 3 of the Field of 68 college basketball road trip live here in Louisville. We're joined now by Adrian Wooley, a sophomore that transferred in from Kennesaw State. And Adrian, I want to start you off with this, man. So you end up putting up all those numbers at Kennesaw State, right? I know that you grew up in Tuscaloosa, so you're right there in Alabama's backyard. You're right there in Auburn's backyard. How did you end up at Kennesaw? Who messed up? Who didn't do their job?
I don't feel like anybody messed up.
NATO, it's Nate. What were you doing? Come on, man.
Yeah, I feel like anybody messed up. I feel like they just wanted me to go prove myself, and that's what I did at the mid-major level. So I just went out there, did my thing, played basketball, and everything, you know.
Why, though? Why do you think people missed on you coming out of high school?
Usually I say Tuscaloosa is usually overlooked on the basketball side of things. So me playing at Paul Brown High School, I don't think a lot of people did come out and watch, but I don't think really people believe in high schoolers at the time because the transfer portal was just now coming along. So they wanted the transfer portal players, which was understandable. So I just had to go do my job and play basketball. You know?
What's actually interesting about that is I think that the path that you took is the smart path for a lot of guys. If they're not, the Mikel Browns and players quite at that level, is go to a mid-major, kill it, tear it up, show everybody how good you are, and then get your chance to go to the highest level like you did, as opposed to if you're the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th guy on a bench at a high major, it's not. You're not going to have the same opportunity to jump up and get that, frankly, that payday as it is, right? Yeah. So it's kind of that worked out pretty well for you, even if it wasn't necessarily what the plan was.
Yeah, most definitely. Everybody's path is different, so just taking it day by day, each and everything that you do, it's going to be different from everybody else's. You probably have a different path than, let's say, some people who get to have high major offers coming straight out of high school. So. Yeah.
So I'm a big buffalo wing guy.
Yeah.
So tell me what the best spot is in Tuscaloosa, and tell me who was the best worker at that spot.
The best spot in Tuscaloosa, hands down, my opinion, I say Catch a Taste. Came along, I think, like 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And the best worker there is my friend Eric Grant. So when y'all
what about you?
Yeah, I used to work there too. So yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
So you weren't a good worker?
Yeah, I was a great worker.
What'd you do? What'd you do at Catch a Taste?
I was a prep worker. So basically, you put the chicken in on the plate, put the fries on the plate, sauce it up, and then hand it out to the customer. So yeah.
They're good?
Most definitely.
Good buffalo wings?
Great buffalo.
Can you handle really, really spicy ones or no?
Me, I'm not too much of a spicy guy. I'm a sweet type of guy. So like barbecue, sweet barbecue, mild sauce and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I was talking to a couple of your assistants, right? Specifically Mike Cassidy, who's Australian, and he said that he needed a translator the first time that he tried to have a conversation with you.
Yeah. Well,
so did he probably, right?
I mean, I like the Australian accent. I think it's very unique. But coming from Tuscaloosa, I feel like coming up here, people thought I had a country accent. So coming up here, I just had to slow my words down. I think I talk too fast sometimes. So, yeah.
Can you do an Australian accent?
I'm not very good at it.
We're not going to make you do it here, trust me. We are going to make you tell us who is the best shooter on this Louisville Cardinals team. Who is the one guy, if you had to take all your NIL money and put it on one guy making a shot, who would it be?
I mean, I feel like we got so many weapons on this team.
Here we go again. Like none of you guys. Come on, nobody. You're not gonna give me one guy.
I'm gonna put that up to you. So when we step out on the first game, you tell me who's the best shooter throughout the season, and we're gonna take it from there. Yeah.
You were called. It's funny coming out of Kennesaw again. I did a lot of research on you, and the one word I kept hearing with him, dog, tough as you know what. Describe to people, because a lot of people know Ryan Conwell, Isaac McKneely, even Mikel, right? They know him because they've seen him. A lot of people haven't seen you yet. Break down your game for me in terms of strengths and weaknesses.
I say it's not too many weaknesses. I feel like
that.
Yeah, I go out each and every day, just put my hard hat on and just willing to work. I can do everything. If you want me to play defense on the biggest guy, I will. Just being able to want to do everything and just being out there playing against the best players, doing everything. So I just go out there just playing basketball is about doing my whole life. Yeah.
But what's your if I gave you, the ball at the end of the game, where do you want it? Where are you most comfortable? Where's kind of your money shot coming from?
Anywhere you want me to be.
Good answer. Good answer.
Anywhere you want me to be.
What was it about PK and this program that made it so easy for you to commit as early as you did?
I mean, coming from Kennesaw State, having a high energy coach like Petway. Once I got on the phone with PK and seeing how his energy was over the phone, I just had to come and see what it was like. So once I came on my visit and I seen like this is an everyday thing and this is something that he does every day and this is how he is every day, I was just like, this is somebody I want to be around, somebody I can get better with and evolve my game. So coming up here was a no-brainer. Like once he had energy, I'm gonna come in with energy as well. So it was a very easy pick for me.
We've asked all the guys right now who came in, we'll make it a clean sweep here, of the perimeter guys, what they think of Mikel Brown. We've heard a lot about him. We're going to hear more about him, certainly, as the season starts. What has impressed you the most about him so far?
Man, just his way that he stays in the gym. Me and him are roommates, so just being able to have somebody like him in my room, just being able to pick his brain a little bit, is very good, and then seeing how he put so much work in the gym just makes everybody else want to put work in as well.
All right, so what's he like as a roommate? Give me something that we can rip on him for when he comes up here.
If y'all ain't know, Mikel is a big gamer, so he's screaming on the game all the time, 24/7. So, yeah, me and him both, we just in there playing the game. So, in there, yeah, he's a very good gamer.
Does he clean up after himself?
Yeah, most definitely. Very clean person.
Do you?
Yeah, I do, man.
So the place is spotless.
Very
If we go over there right now,
spotless.
no dishes, no nothing.
No nothing. We make sure we take care of it. You know?
So, as someone that grew up in Tuscaloosa, I got to imagine you grew up an Alabama football fan, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Now that you're at Louisville, are you still an Alabama football fan?
Definitely. I definitely am. I feel
What's going on over there?
I mean, they just won.
2 weeks ago, they were ready to run him out of town. DeBoer was like fired.
I mean, it was the first game, so, you know, take them jitters out a little bit. But I feel like Bama football, you know, that's the best football team that you can, watch. Growing up down there and just seeing how that culture is very different. So up there, I just grew up with football.
Do you go to games?
Man, what? Every
Saturday?
Every time I got a chance.
Really?
Yeah, most definitely. My dad used to give me tickets to the game, so I used to be on the sideline watching. Most definitely.
Really?
Exactly.
Did you play football?
Nah, I couldn't. My mom wouldn't let me. Yeah.
She wouldn't let you?
Yeah, it was too physical of a sport, you know. She wanted me to stay healthy, you know. So, yeah.
You wanted to?
I did at one point.
And mom was like, I'm not having it.
Exactly. Yeah,
Smart.
She wasn't having it.
So,
what? Smart move. You don't want him to get hurt.
It is.
Right? Look.
I just figured a guy who prides himself on being a dog would have been like there would be a football background, right?
Yeah.
But
if mom says no, what are you going to do?
Can't do nothing about it, you know.
You're not winning that battle, right?
You can't win that battle, not every time.
So, Jeff already kind of alluded to the fact that you guys have so many bodies in the backcourt, right? There's 4 guys, there's 2 or 3 spots to start. You got Javon, you got Kasean Pryor, you got 3 big guys. Like you go 9 or 10 deep on this roster. Somebody is going to have to sacrifice minutes, sacrifice a starting spot, accept a role. Why do you believe that is going to work with a coach like Pat Kelsey there?
Because he preaches things like power of the unit, just having a level head and knowing that it's a team effort to get to where we want to be. Everybody on this team is bought in to winning the national championship. So with that, each and every person has to sacrifice something. And we're willing to do that, and we're very consumed in what we got going on. So everything should fall in place how it's supposed to.
So you go from Kennesaw, where, let's face it, the resources aren't great, to here, where you look around and they got everything, everything.
Yeah.
What's the coolest thing so far that you've been able to get being at Louisville?
I say the treatment part. Assistants that's in there are great people. What really caught my eye from Kennesaw to here was the hot tub and the cold tub. At Kennesaw, we had like a steel, I forgot what it's like a steel bowl where it's full of ice and it gets so cold. But like when I seen the hot tub and the cold tub right beside each other, they just got me to come here so fast. Like, all right, you don't understand.
So hold on. So it had nothing to do with the NIL. It had nothing to do with
the hot
PK.
tub and the cold tub.
He walked in and he saw the cold tub. He's like, yeah, that's the school for me.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I don't even care what the NIL is. Just give me the cold tub and the hot tub.
Man.
All right, so last one I got for you is you mentioned that Mikel is a big time gamer. You play games with him as well. What are you better than him at?
Well, better than him. I feel like I'm better than him at 2K. I can get him in 2K for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we play 2K a lot, so I can definitely get him in that.
Who's your team in 2K?
Oh, you know, in 2K you can make your own player. So I make a lot of bills. He makes a lot of bills. Like you ask him how many bills. Like when he comes up here, ask him how many bills on 2K does he have, and he'll gonna tell you.
Did you make yourself?
Yeah, most definitely I had to.
So what team are you on?
I mostly play part. Like it's like when you playing against online players and stuff like that. You get drafted based off if you want to go to.
Rob can't figure this out. Just can't figure this part out. It's okay. We'll turn the page soon. Don't worry.
I wanted to say what team he was on.
He's trying to educate you. It's just not working. And I'm supposed to be the old one. Anyway, listen. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming by. I'm gonna get you out of here before you ask another dumb one. So we'll let you go. Great to meet you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
And I heard some great things about you. Can't wait to see you here at Louisville.
Definitely. Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Coming up next, we're going to hear from the guy that always beats him in 2K, Mikel Brown.
Would you be surprised to find out that the Field of 68 is home to more than 35 podcasts? More than 25 team-specific podcasts that are hosted by the people that know what fans want the most. The Goodman and Hummel podcast, the DTF podcast, the A10 Insider podcast, and the Mountain West podcast. But wait, there's even more. The Field of 68 will be launching the ACC Insider podcast this year. Subscribe to this channel and come along for the ride. There is no sport in America that is more difficult to follow than college basketball. It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for injury updates, recruiting news, and transfer portal additions that actually matter. For just $50 a year, get access to the same information that your favorite team's coaching staff is subscribed for. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help you with that. As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app. You sign up using bonus code FIELD. You deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Welcome back to day 3 of the Field of 68's college basketball road trip. We are live here in Louisville, and we are now joined by Mikel Brown, one of the best freshmen in college basketball. But according to Adrian Wooley, a guy that takes a lot of L's in NBA 2K. Is that true?
Who?
You.
You said that.
Your roommate.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to him after this because that is just not true.
Really?
That is just
fake
not true.
news.
We both be yelling. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that we both be yelling.
Hey, I will say this. Mikel and I met a month ago. We were down in where were we? I can't remember.
Lincolnton, North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. And I will say this. You're not going to find a better kid than this. Forget about on the court. On the court, he's special. We know that. But, like, off the court, we talked for about 40 minutes. We could have went on for how much longer?
Hours.
Right? Hours.
Yeah.
So what's it like being here? I'm here now. I haven't been here. It's been a long time. I used to come here all the time. And there's some down years here lately. Why can this program get that back? Why can you get this, not just getting in the NCAA tournament like they did last year, but Final Four, national title? Is that crazy?
No, it's not. I think just the mentality and the culture that we're just trying to bring back to this city, I think is the biggest thing. And obviously, like, PK's energy and, like I said, what he brings to this city and what he brings to this program, it just uplifts everybody else. And our standard is set extremely high. We want to be elite, and we want to be that 1%, as he always says. And that's where we're trying to get to, and I believe that we can.
I think the really interesting thing about the timeline that you had for picking a school was you committed here in early January of 2025, right? Was it like 2 months after PK started? Yeah. And before they got it rolling again. Like there was no sign at that moment.
It was a leap of faith.
Yeah, that this was going to be where Louisville was when you first arrived on campus. So why did you commit here, and what was it about PK that made you believe that this is what the future held?
Man, the family environment, I think, was the biggest thing when it came, not just PK, but the whole staff. I think the whole staff was reaching out to me, through my whole senior season, when they first offered me in the AAU season that summer. Ever since then, everybody on the staff was reaching out to me, making sure I was straight. And just also, like I said, just giving me that family vibe of, like my family's welcome to come here every time and watch practice. My dad's, able to, talk to coaches about, my development and how they're going to use me. I think that just that connection alone, family-wise, with my family, not just myself, was big. And I think that was just the separator between everybody else.
You know what I love? How they've surrounded you with not only shooters, elite shooters, but also like older dudes. You're a freshman. I know you don't act like a freshman. I know you don't play like a freshman, but you're still a freshman. You're 18?
19.
19, sorry.
It's all right.
But you've got guys, Conwell's like a 40% 3 points every year. McKneely, 40% every year. I didn't know you could shoot it. When I watched your workout, I had no idea you had that deep range. No idea. Looking at you, I just wasn't sure, but you have that. What's it going to be like, you think, being able to lean on those guys, that they put like the perfect group around you of shooters and older dudes?
You said it best, like their experience, they've gone through the fire for multiple years in the college ranks. That experience, carries a long way, just because they could give you, you ask them questions like, hey, what do you do in this situation? Or how would you go about it, just because they've been in this situation before. So I think that just helps a lot, and that's just going to help me, grow as a player. And people say I'm a freshman. I think I'm more advanced than that. So
still haven't played a college game.
Haven't played a college basketball game, but I just still think, just knowing me and knowing how confident I am in myself, I know that I'm more advanced than that. And with my skills and my ability to add with their experience, I think can go a long way.
He's so advanced that the years don't even matter for him, right? Oh, it's your first season of college basketball. I'm a senior, all right?
Straight.
Hey, did you take my tweet the wrong way when I tweeted? Did you see it about your AAU program? When I walked into Adidas in Rock Hill, and I saw the Mikel Brown All-Stars or whatever it was, and I tweeted out, and I'm like, I've never seen this before.
I think
a lot of people took it like the wrong way, like I was like hammering you. I wasn't hammering you. I was just saying, like, this is something I've never seen. A guy who had never played a college basketball game have his own AAU team and program. But for you, that's a major sense of pride, isn't it, to be able to kind of give back and help out too?
That is big, especially just because, like I said, just want to give back to the hoopers that want to get where I'm at right now, and just give them that platform to be able to just go out and perform against the highest level of competition and in front of a lot of college coaches. And also, I think, family-wise, like my little brother's coming up too. He's in the 8th grade, so he's coming up in the ranks as well. And I just want to give him that platform as well, just to be where I'm at.
Is he better than you?
At chess, he's better at chess.
Yo, who told you that?
I know things.
No, who told you that?
Who beat you?
He did.
He beat you.
He did.
In chess?
He did. I was greedy.
How about that?
I got greedy. Nah, he's smart.
What happened?
Man, I got greedy. I just got greedy. I was just being so aggressive, and he was just
really.
Yeah, he was just playing smart.
So now,
I'm gonna get him back though. I'm gonna get him back. I got to get my run back.
This is like embarrassing, right?
Kind of.
A little bit for me.
So
were you like?
But I'm not gonna.
How upset were you?
I was upset because I don't like losing.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not just gonna act like he's just this eighth grader that doesn't know anything. Like he's actually smart. Like,
did he taunt you?
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
No, he didn't. Just because he knows.
He's so respectful.
Yeah, he
to
knows.
His brother
He knows.
Comes up to me and it's like, and he's how old?
He's 14.
Right, he's 14. The handshake, looks you in the eye, like so respectful.
Yeah. Yeah, now he knows, but he knows not to say anything, because I will go deep down and go play chess all day just to beat him. That's how I am. But
what about your dad in one-on-one? When's the last time
he hasn't played me in years?
He says it's because you can't beat him.
Oh, no, I won last time.
He says he won.
I had the last laugh. So he can say this. I'm saying this on camera, and I tell him to his face. I had the last laugh.
All right.
I'm just going to keep it at that.
So how tall are you now?
6'4", with shoes.
When did you hit that growth spurt? Because you were 5'10" as a sophomore?
I was 5'11", 5'10", 5'11" as a sophomore, 145 pounds. It was crazy. I made that jump from like 5'10", 5'11" to like 6'1" towards the end of my sophomore year, going into my junior year. I went into OTE at 6'1.5", came out of OTE 6'3", and grew an inch at DME. So I'm 6'4". That growth, 2 years, for 2 years, 2 inches.
The interesting part about that to me is I've talked with players that have hit that late growth spurt, and they said one of the hardest things was realizing how big you are.
Yes,
right?
yes.
You go from being the smallest guy on the floor and an undersized point guard to now, like, you can use your frame and you can use your body, and you're bigger than a lot of the guys that are going to guard you.
Yeah.
Have you figured out that adjustment?
I'm still trying to figure it out as of right now. Like, I'll get in the paint, not realizing, not even trying to flex. And I jumped and I got a 41 on a vertical. And I still try to get in the paint and just try to pump fake dudes. And my dad keeps telling me, like, yo, use it. Like, you're not 5'10", 5'11", small guard no more. Like, use it.
You got to go dunk on something.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to tell me. And I'm just still trying to adapt to my body and the new movements that I'm getting used to, just because I'm able to do it now and I wasn't able to do it back then just because I hit a growth spurt.
Are you feeling progress?
I'm feeling progress. 100% I'm feeling progress. I think, like I said, just getting to adapt to my body now, obviously, because where my mind was at, I was this little point guard that, I wasn't really that athletic. So I'd have to get in the paint, use my pump fakes a lot, use a lot more skill than anything, and I still need to use more skill to this day. But at the same time, if I have a lane, I need to just go up and go try someone, and that's what my dad's trying to get me to do.
I heard you're a much better dunker with your left hand than with your right hand.
I am.
That's weird. You know who the last guy that was like that as a point guard?
God.
John Wall. Oof. John Wall dunked on everybody left-handed.
Yeah.
What's Coach Kelsey on you about? Is it more defense than anything else? Because most freshmen, when they're coming in, their offense is
it's more
far ahead.
Just playing hard every single possession. Just because in high school, I don't think in high school you do not play as hard as they play in college.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. But I think he's just been on me about playing hard, being in the stance all the time. Not getting screened, because obviously the screens are way more physical up in college. So
you're getting him from Sananda here?
Sonny, Sioux, and Aly. They set big screens. So just being aware and being conscious of where I'm at, stance, like you said, and just playing hard all the time. Like no lackadaisical, just effort at all. Just playing hard. So that's what he's been on me about.
I was talking with some of your coaching staff earlier, trying to get a feel for what you are as a player. I wanted to know what their comp was, and they were like, I don't really know if there is one. CP said there's flashes of Chris Paul, and Mike Cassidy said there's flashes of Tyrese Halliburton in there, and they said that he could shoot it a little bit like Steph Curry at certain times. And I'm just curious, like, when you are watching film of NBA point guards, who are you watching and why?
Man, I don't even have just one person that I'm watching. Like, I'm watching a whole bunch of people. Like, how Steph Curry moves off the ball with his off-the-ball movement, shooting, obviously, footwork. Kyrie Irving be able to ISO and create space and create for himself. Trae Young, his playmaking. Chris Paul, his playmaking. And I go back even now and then. I go watch Rajon Rondo, Steve Nash, and how they probe and throw guys open, as my dad and Coach PK would say. So watching all of those, I just try to implement into my game and be all around.
Should I ask him the question?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's so smart. He's going to find a way.
No, I want to know his answer. He's competitive.
That's fine.
I want to know his answer.
All right. The best shooter on this team is blank.
Everybody?
Man, I told you. This sucks.
Everybody's shooting
like,
it.
Nobody can give me an answer.
Everybody's shooting it. Like, we was watching film. I was watching film, and the team was watching film. Ryan Conwell took one step, like just literally one singular step. But Kobe kicked it to Isaac. Isaac didn't even dip. No dip. Just caught it, shot it, nothing but net. Like, just to be able to have everybody do that on the team is helpful, at least for me, just because it opens the paint more and opens, lanes for me to get downhill and touch the paint more. And everybody's shooting it.
So lanes to be able to get in the paint and shoot floaters, right?
Floaters,
jump stop,
layups,
pump fakes.
jump stop, pump fakes. Maybe get a dunk now and then, but you help. You step 1 foot, I'm kicking it. It's going in the rim.
All right, I want to know, who is kissing your butt the most of all your teammates? Because you're going to have the ball in your hands the most. Who is the guy who's absolutely just kind of, making sure they're going to get the ball?
Man, nobody. Because everybody's like, hey, Kel, just be you. Just be you. And I think, from coming from my teammates, that just gives me the confidence to, make a play and just go even harder.
Because you could average, if you had gone somewhere else, we know you're a scoring point. That's what you are, right? I mean, that's fair to say, and that's not a negative.
Yeah,
that just means you can score and you can distribute.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gone somewhere else and probably averaged 20 this year. You might average 12. You could, it wouldn't shock me if you averaged 12, 14, and 8 assists if you want to. How do you try to figure out with this team, with all the weapons you have, is it just going to be hey, I'm going to feel this thing out this night?
Talking to our coaches, it'll be like, hey, one game you might have, 10 and 10?
Yeah.
Next game you might have 20 and 4.
Right.
I think it's just going to be hard for teams just to be able to, adjust because we have so many weapons on our squad that it's either you take them away, let me score, or take me away, and I just play make for everybody else. I think that, to be able to do that is, I think it's going to be hard to stop just because I'm able to create, but also if take it away and you force me to score, I can score as well. So I think it could go hand in hand.
So we've heard about your shooting, we've heard about your passing, we've heard about your newfound athleticism, we've heard about the chess. I was told that the one thing that you are not good at is cornhole.
Who said that? Michael Cassidy?
No comment.
Had to be Cass. It had to be Coach Cass.
No, I think McKneely's good.
McKneely's good. McKneely's good.
He said you're not great.
He said I'm not great.
Yeah.
He said
yeah.
Okay, I'll see him at tailgate. I'll see him at tailgate on Saturday.
You better get to work.
I got you.
Right? You better get to work. After this, I know your dad's got to work out with you soon. After that, you might want to get out there and
I might have to, yeah.
Throw some bags. Isn't that what they say?
Throw some bags. Throw some bags in the hole.
All right.
So.
Yeah, well, listen, Mikel,
great seeing you again,
it was
man.
great to catch up, man. Appreciate you jumping on with us. Best of luck this season, and make sure that you're dunking on people.
Thank you. I got you.
Right.
I got you.
We need a few.
Absolutely.
Coming up next, we have two of the lob targets that Mikel Brown is going to take advantage of this year: Aly Khalifa and Sananda Fru. That's next.
Athlete AI is the story of the athlete. And every athlete deserves to have the story told. Under the lights and in the spotlight. This is your moment, your rule. Download, capture, create, share. Athlete AI. Your name is True.
The college basketball season will begin right here on the Field of 68. At 8 a.m. on November 3rd, we will be tipping off the inaugural Field of 68 opening day marathon. 15 hours of nonstop basketball. It will begin in Rock Hill, presented by our friends at Visit York County. Plan your itinerary today at visityorkcounty.com. Winthrop will face off with Queens in the opener, followed by Bradley taking on St. Bonaventure. Then we head out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it'll be presented by Sanford Sports, who is changing the way people play and making sports accessible and fun for all. Murray State gets Omaha at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with Drake taking on Northern Arizona in the second game in Sioux Falls. Then it's back to Rock Hill for a showdown between Furman and High Point, with Merrimack taking on South Dakota State in Sioux Falls in the nightcap. Tickets for all 6 games are on sale now at the links in the description below. Field of 68, opening day. As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season 1 for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Well, welcome back to day 3 of the Field of 68's college basketball road trip. We're live here in Louisville. We're joined now by Aly Khalifa and Sananda Fru, two of the, the three-headed monster at the 5 this year for the Cards, right? Aly, I'm going to start with you, man. How good does it feel to get back on the court and get back playing again? You got another year. We didn't know if that was going to happen.
I know it feels great. Obviously, I've been working so hard to be on the court to Louisville to play this year, and we had some struggles, obviously, with my knee and with my waiver stuff, but we're here today. It feels great. So,
yeah, how do you feel? Give us an update. First of all, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Like, I don't know how many pounds you've lost, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
So give us an update on that and how your knee is.
My knees feel great. Best I've felt all my career, I would say, since my freshman year. Like you said, I lost a lot of pounds, added a lot of muscles on with Eli, and it just feels great to be out there competing with the guys, and I'm just physically, mentally, and everything. I'm just feeling the best I've felt in so long.
You want to say how many pounds you've lost? Because it's damn impressive. I'd be flaunting it.
Yeah, around 55 pounds. That's what I lost. Yeah.
Eli will help, won't he?
I know he's the best in the business. I said that a lot of times. He's the best strength coach I've ever been around, and that's my guy. And I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful I'm here. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. So.
All right, Sonny, your last time that we talked to you, you were on the way and getting ready to come over here to Louisville. You're here now. It's been, 4 months, I believe, that you've been here, right? 3 or 4 months?
More like 2 months, I'd say.
2 months. So you've been here for 2 months.
He's really bad at math.
No, math,
really bad at math.
Anything like that, I'm not good at. But what's been the biggest adjustment for you living in the States versus living in Germany?
I'd say it's in general a big adjustment for me. First of all, it's not my foreign language. It's a new language I got to talk to, meet all the people around me. And overall, just the life in college here is just a whole different thing. You got classes, you got the workouts, you got back to classes, back strengthening coach. You lift a lot, and you have a lot of strong and long intensity workouts, and this is something pretty new for me.
Give me a little bit for people that haven't seen him play, give me a breakdown of how difficult it is to guard him, because there's not a better passer in college basketball.
Oh yeah, it's no fun. I'm gonna be honest. It's horrible. I still haven't figured it out. I'm still trying to. He's just such a great passer, and sometimes I feel like he's not even looking. He's just making some random passes, and all of a sudden I see it's a bucket, and it really frustrates me as a defender. But I think he's probably one of the best passers out here, and one of the best passes, especially passing bigs, I've ever seen, and it's really impressive.
Have you gotten a chance to be the recipient of those passes yet? You guys on different teams?
Yeah, we've been on different teams most of the time.
That's why you're so frustrated. Huh?
Yeah.
Break down Sonny's game for us.
Yeah, because nobody's really seen him. I mean, very few people have seen him play over here.
Yeah, very athletic. It's very hard for me as well, him guarding me, like one of the best defenders bigs I've ever played against. Like in practice every day, he's just in my face all the time. He's very long, very athletic. Dunks the ball, can shoot the ball, like can do it all in my opinion, and very good screener, screen and roll, screen and pop. I'm trying to teach him how to pass as well. He can pass.
I'm learning.
He's learning. But yeah, like this international game, grown man game, he's been playing pro for the past few years. So like just bringing it here, just playing against a grown man, like playing against a pro for him and Sioux as well. So just. I feel like I'm getting better every day at practice. We all getting each other better, and that's the best thing about this team, that everybody can hoop and everybody can do it all. So
all three of you guys are different, including Sioux, right? Like that's kind of the beauty of you guys, is teams are going to have to prepare, and how do you prepare for all three of you, because you're so different, right?
Yeah, you can. And I've been in college basketball for so long, and that's the best thing about having a deep team, especially at the 5 spot. Just the 1-2-3 punch, just what I call it. Like sometimes you have the 1-2 punch. We have 3 guys that's very different. It's very hard to prepare for 3 bigs that play very differently. Obviously, I'm the most athletic out of them, so that's why I'm kidding. But yeah, it's very hard to just prepare and guard as a opposing coach, opposing players. Just like once somebody subs out, the other subs in, and it's just very hard to guard that. So.
Yeah, Sonny. So when we talked to PK, he said that that Big Zoo's might be a little bit crazy. He said there's going to be a point this year where he gets elbowed in the face, blood streaming down his face. He's flexing to the crowd. Is he as much of a loose cannon as PK is letting on to be?
Oh yeah, 100%. Might even be worse. I'm gonna be honest, because he's just super energetic, super enjoys anything he does, and loves basketball. And he emphasizes on how much he loves basketball. Yells around after every score, just has a great time enjoying it. Super energetic, sets hard screens, plays super physical, and just goes all out every day he's in the gym.
What you're telling me is he sounds like a pain in the ass to have to deal with in practice.
Yes, as well, but I mean, it helps a lot because I think he's one of the most physical guys I've played against, and it just pushes you each and every day, and I feel like it improves me a lot and the way I'm playing. And I'm super thankful for my 2 other bigs because I got 2 really different players I guard each and every day, and it helps me a lot to involve my game and work on my stuff.
You've been in college basketball for a long time. Do you watch a ton of it as well?
Yeah, yes, sometimes. Yeah, I feel like I'm more a fan of the European game, but I watch college as well.
So we look at your roster and we're like, you have everything. I mean, you've got an elite freshman point guard. You've got wings that are older and can shoot the hell out of the ball. You've got 3 bigs. If I said to you, what's the one thing you don't have? What's the one thing you're missing? What would it be?
I don't think we're missing anything, in my opinion. I feel like we got it all. Like you said, everybody can do everything. We have an elite group, elite coaching staff, 25 strong. That's all we need. We just have to focus on the next thing, like Coach says, and just buy in the program, buy in everything Coach says, and that's all we need to do. That's what we're doing right now, and in my opinion, we have it all.
All right, so we asked all the guards, who's the best shooter of the group? We're going to ask you guys, because, like,
they didn't give us an answer.
They didn't give us anything, but you guys can, right? Like, you guys can tell us who's the best shooter on this team.
I'd say there's no real answer because all of them can shoot shit out of the ball. Like,
even this dude
they
is
make
well
shots.
prepped.
It's not being well prepped. We're being serious. Like
Yeah.
each and every guard makes their shots, and it's super tough, difficult to guard. And I really enjoy having these on my team.
All right, come on, give me somebody.
Like he said, it's everybody. It's a lot of assists for me, so that's why I'm very happy. Because everybody can shoot. Yeah, it is.
I mean, your assist numbers should be through the roof as a big.
I mean, everybody's assist numbers through the roof, but like as me as a pass first big, I feel like it's the easiest team to play for because everybody can shoot the ball. So everybody. So that's
crazy.
It's crazy. Just being in practice, just so fun.
So when you arrived to Louisville, you transferred from BYU. The coach at BYU at the time is the guy that's now down the road in Lexington, right? Yeah. When you committed here, did you just like block his number in your phone and just unfollow him on Instagram?
No, I never did that. Coach Pope is a great guy. Obviously, like he's doing a great job down the road, like you said. But not like I wish him all the best. We text each other every now and then. Like when I got my waiver, he texted me that he's happy for me, and when my sister got married a couple months ago, he texted me as well, and whenever something happened good for him, I always text him, so we always have a good relationship.
You guys play like the first week of the season, don't you? Pretty early.
Yeah, we're not.
Any trash talk?
I don't know. All I'm thinking about right now is the first game, Kansas, October 24th, and that's the next thing. That's the most important thing in the history of our program, and that's what I'm excited for. So,
where did you learn how to pass like this? I mean, you just don't see this in most bigs. Is it something? Were you a guard back when you were young?
No, whenever I moved to Australia first to play for the NBA Global Academy, I feel like I wasn't the most athletic, and I'm still not. And I just had to figure out something to do differently than most usual bigs that like dunks the ball, blocks shots, and everything like that. And I think I just had to develop that pass. Plus, we had very good players like Josh Giddey and Dawson Daniels. We had a lot of like great players. So I had just to figure out something for myself to do to be on the court. And obviously, I play hard, I hustle, I try my best at everything. But I feel like shooting and passing was always the best things I do. And then I developed that in Charlotte with Coach Sanchez and Coach Fern, and obviously I carried that on with the high major, especially like at BYU when we played in the Big 12. That's when I felt the physicality of everything, and I feel like I stood out of everybody else because no 6'11", 7-footers can pass and shoot at that high level. So I feel like kept developing that over my college career. And when I got here, it was the perfect, because Coach Kelsey really preaches the bigs who can pass and shoot the ball, very IQ and very smart players. And I feel like I just fit right in. So.
All right, I want both of you guys to answer this because you're both obviously from abroad, right? What is the one food from home that you're missing the most, that you can't get here, that can't get cooked right, that you can't find unless you go back home?
I mean, I haven't been too much in the city and haven't seen everything. But in Germany, the tuna kebab, it's a Turkish dish kind of. It's very, very like common, and I love to eat it. And it's probably the first thing I'm gonna eat when I get back home.
Yeah, for me, it's there's a lot of Arabic spots around, or Arab spots around that sells good food. It's just never. There's a dish called koshari. It's like a very famous Egyptian dish. It's a bunch of carbs together. It's terrible for you, obviously. Yeah, definitely. Like whenever anybody would tell you, any Egyptian, whenever we land in Egypt, that's the first dish we eat. And I haven't been home in a while, so I feel like next time I go home, that's going to be my first.
Well, are you allowed to eat that still?
I mean, next time I'm going to go home, I'm not going to be playing here, so Eli can just catch me.
You don't have another year left?
I'm not sure.
Maybe. You might as well never know.
See what you can find, man.
Throw in another waiver.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, it's great to see you. It's great to catch up. I'm glad you're healthy, right? I'm glad that you're here. I think this is going to be a really fun team to watch, and I think the best part about it is it seems like everybody gets along.
Yeah,
you guys are competing for spots, competing for minutes, and you're not. It doesn't feel like that at all. So it's fun to watch. We're really looking forward to see what you guys got this season. When we get back, we are going to hear from Kasean Pryor, who, like Aly, is battling a knee injury. We're going to find out how healthy he is. That's next.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. The college basketball season will begin right here on the Field of 68. At 8 a.m. on November 3rd, we will be tipping off the inaugural Field of 68 opening day marathon. 15 hours of non-stop basketball. It will begin in Rock Hill, presented by our friends at Visit York County. Plan your itinerary today at visityorkcounty.com. Winthrop will face off with Queens in the opener, followed by Bradley taking on St. Bonaventure. Then we head out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it'll be presented by Sanford Sports, who is changing the way people play and making sports accessible and fun for all. Murray State gets Omaha at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with Drake taking on Northern Arizona in the second game in Sioux Falls. Then it's back to Rock Hill for a showdown between Furman and High Point, with Merrimack taking on South Dakota State in Sioux Falls in the nightcap. Tickets for all 6 games are on sale now at the links in the description below. Field of 68 opening day.
Welcome back. Day 3 of the Field of 68 college basketball road trip. Rob Dawson, Jeff Goodman. We're now joined by Kasean Pryor. And Kasean, the first thing that everyone's going to want to know, the first thing that everyone's going to ask you about
They probably ask him everywhere,
yes,
everywhere
you go. Everywhere you go. But, I mean, walking, that's a big step, right? When you undergo knee surgery. So how does the knee feel, and where are you at with it?
Man, my knee today has felt the best it has, obviously since my injury. My strength numbers are coming along, obviously preparing for the season here. Official practice is coming up. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Obviously, going into November, first game, second game, obviously I'll be good by then. So
you're doing 5-on-0 stuff, cleared for full contact?
Cleared for everything I'm comfortable with currently. Mostly still 5-on-0, no contact all the way yet. But yeah, everything else just slowly ramping it up right now.
As you're coming back from that, what's the What's the most difficult part? Is it getting back in shape? Is it the rehab? Is it the confidence in the knee after the injury?
That's a great question. I think it's all of those things. I mean, this has been, one of the most humbling experiences of my life. Obviously, early in the process, I couldn't even move or barely walk by myself for the first 6 weeks. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't hardly put my clothes on by myself. So just getting to where I am now, I'm just, blessed and, obviously appreciative of everybody that's been around me staff-wise, Coach Kelsey and Coach Eli and Katie the Great, obviously giving me confidence to take my time and just get healthy with everything. And obviously it's all of those things, mentally getting back in shape, physically getting stronger, and then obviously the last part is going to be getting back on the floor playing with great players. So
what was it like last year? I mean, again, you got hurt pretty early,
yeah,
and kind of had to watch this team that certainly did really well,
yeah,
but I mean, how much are you thinking like, hey, I really could have helped this team do more than just win a game, get to the tournament?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously it was hard going down early, especially when I thought we were really starting to pick it up in the Bahamas, playing against Oklahoma in the championship game, had just won 2 previously tough games. And I thought we were really starting to find our click as a team. And going down, obviously, it's part of the game. It happened. And just my reaction and, the rest of the season was just to be a leader, just be there for my team, whether ups or downs. Obviously, I was hoping we were going to still be successful and win, which we were able to do that. So, man, it was just me for really just to step back, reevaluate, everything. How can I be the best for my team, best leader? And obviously, we still did good. So I was cool with, the result.
So I don't know how many people know your kind of basketball journey, right? You were at Boise State for 2 years,
yeah,
and you didn't play very much in those 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You transferred to South Florida, redshirt, and you get there, and I think it was the 23-24 season, have a great year, average 13 and 8 or whatever it was, and get your chance to transfer up to Louisville. So you finally get that big break. You're playing in the ACC.
Yeah.
You're playing at a top 25 program, and 7 games in, you deal with that injury. How hard was that for you to kind of deal with mentally? I mean, you finally get to the point you want to be at, and then it all gets taken away from you.
No doubt. I mean, I think it's just part of it. Obviously, I'm battle tested. God has tested me. He's allowed me to get to where I've gotten. Obviously, playing one of the best schools in the country, one of the Blue Bloods, one of the best schools in the history of basketball. And then to have the opportunity just taken from me, in an instant, man, like I said, it was humbling. That's the only, word I can really use to describe it. I don't fault anybody for it. It's just a part of the game. It was a freak accident. I mean, 1 in a million, chance of happening. And, obviously, like I said, I'm still thankful for the opportunity. I'm actually using my JUCO year, because I did go JUCO just kind of like Javon, and the year after Javon. So I was allowed that, year of eligibility granted to me. So I technically have another year to use for my redshirt year, but currently using my JUCO year. And, obviously still appreciative to be here.
So you can come back again next year?
Seventh year.
I do have a 7th year available.
You will break Robbie Hummels' record if you do.
I do have a 7th year available. But
what do you think? 7th year? You'll see.
Obviously,
you'll see after this year, right?
If we have the year we're supposed to have, I want to play in the NBA next year, so that's the goal.
This team, I mean, you've had a chance to watch a bunch of new dudes come in over the offseason.
No doubt.
You got shooters. You got an elite freshman point guard.
100%.
You got 3 bigs. You got you coming back. I haven't even talked about Hadley, who just kind of goes under the radar.
Yeah, he does.
What's the ceiling for this year's team?
National championship. I feel like saying anything else than that is, putting us, why would I say that? National championship is what we're all fighting for. It's what we all came here for. And, I don't
what would this city be like? Have you got a feel yet? You've been here all year. What would this city be like if you guys won the national title this year?
I mean, I feel like it'd be winning a national or an NBA championship in any other city. Like, we're having a parade just like that here down on 4th Street, whatever, by the Yum. The city's going to be, unbelievably rocking for, weeks and weeks to come. It's not even going to be a big day thing. It's going to be, like a great thing for the city. So, obviously, that's what we're striving to do.
With the pieces that you guys have coming in this year, I always think this is interesting. You got probably 10, 11, 12 guys that can contribute this season. And that's what Pat Kelsey teams are known for, is that depth. Everyone's playing like 20, 22 minutes, whatever it is. You kind of went through that early on last season. How difficult is it as someone coming in as a transfer that was prioritized as a starter at their last program?
No doubt.
You might have to come in here and sacrifice some minutes.
100%. I think it's obviously a challenge for anybody coming here, especially if you're not used to that. But it's almost kind of like Andre Iguodala going to the Warriors. Like, man, if you all want to really win and you're serious about it, you're going to sacrifice, millions or a role, So I think it's all for the greater good of winning. I think for the most part, from what I've seen, everybody in this program is about winning. So that sacrifice, I don't think is going to be a problem.
Are you surprised? Like when Mikel came here, you know, top 5-ish freshman in the country, did it surprise you kind of who he is? Not necessarily, not what he does on the court, but like how he carries himself at all?
Man, I think it's funny you say that. Mikel's probably, you know, one of the only guys I've been around who's been highly touted and talked about and recruited in my college career coming in. So, yeah, obviously I've been able to play against and see those guys, and, you know, they may not have been as successful as they should have been. I think it comes from a lot of their off-the-court stuff and their approach, and Mikel's approach is, you know, second to none. Like I said, obviously you guys have talked about him. He's very mature. His approach is crazy. He's a very humble kid, not very cocky at all whatsoever. Like, nothing is cocky about him whatsoever. He puts in the work. He's a very hard worker.
A little cocky with his video game skills.
Okay, no, that's fine. In that sense, he's good in that. He could be cocky about that. But as far as coming out here, he respects his peers. You know, he acts like he's one of us on the floor. He's leading guys in the huddle. So, you know, potential top 3 pick in my head.
So I heard that you went to an elementary school this morning with
yes, sir.
RC. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We did.
What did you guys talk to them about there?
Man, it's funny. So what they were teaching this month, I guess their word of advice or teaching for the month is the word respect. So kind of it was just me and Orion Peyton C who came up there, and you know, it was a good experience of just going up there and just giving back and teaching and reading. We read like maybe 2 or 3 books to a couple different classrooms, first graders, and then just ask them any questions they might, you know, have about us being so tall, or, you know, what our favorite subject was in school, stuff like that.
I heard what they were asking you about was why your voice is so deep.
Man, that's funny. They were a little scared at first, so they were kind of just looking around. But as I started smiling and reading the book, they knew I was friendly. So, but yeah, it was a good experience overall. We tend to do stuff like that, you know, through the community all throughout the year, you know, just trying to give back to kids, whether it's going to read or helping out at a shelter or whatever we do, we always got something going on.
And then I heard that the best part about it for the kids was you taught them when someone shoots a 3, as it goes up there, it's then when it goes boom.
Yeah, so we were watching the clip of actually me and Ryan just highlights, just showing them a quick, you know, how we play, and we taught them every time you shoot a 3, boom. Everybody was just saying boom in the class, a bunch of little 5 or 6 years old, so it was funny.
Are you a dog or a cat person?
I have a dog and a cat.
Oh, you do?
I would call myself a dog person.
All right.
Okay, these guys are good. They do their research.
What do you got?
So I have 2 cats. I've had a cat for 4 years now. One of them I adopted in Boise State going into my senior year from an adoption shelter. So he's been with me since 4 years old now. And I just recently adopted a exotic cat, I guess, a purebred Maine Coon he's from Germany, actually. So I just got him recently in January. And he just turned 1, actually. So I have 2 cats that run around at home.
Exotic cats? I didn't know that there were exotic cats.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
I've heard that. I don't know what it means.
I guess they're technically exotic cats. They're just more expensive.
So the NIL package came in for the cat.
No doubt.
That was the big purchase for the NIL package? What do you think?
I mean,
what do we?
I mean, not compared to, you know,
some
obviously
of the other
some
things?
of our, you know, some of what we get, obviously not. But I mean, yeah, a few $1,000s as a cat is still expensive to anybody. So.
No, they're crazy now. Like we're looking at getting a dog soon.
Yeah.
And my wife wants to get a Bernedoodle.
Oh man.
She's all in I want to get a bigger
big dog. I want
a
big dog for
no,
sure.
that's not that big.
No, I would want a big dog.
Me
though,
too.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I want like, you know,
something
another
you play
lab
with,
or something like that.
No doubt.
But she wants like, you know, 30, 40
Okay.
pounds.
Look.
And they're like, yeah, like
$5K.
$3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I mean,
Yeah,
so how did they get the cat to you from?
Man, so it's funny. Like I said, I have a breeder. He's in Miami. I guess the cat is originally from Germany, bred there. Brought it to Miami. The breeder. I connected with him through Instagram. Just DM'd him, and then I just paid for their shipper to come literally bring the cat on the plane, and met her at the Muhammad Ali International.
Wow.
There's no better metaphor for what college basketball has developed into than Kasean Pryor got a free cat before NIL, and then after NIL he got a cat imported from Germany.
No doubt, exactly. That's how it goes.
Did
it get the same flight as Sananda Fru over?
Hey, it might have been better. It might have been a little bit better, maybe.
Sananda and the cat.
No doubt.
Adrian Wooley, we've heard from a couple of people today. I think the word dog has been thrown around quite a bit with him.
The word dog is thrown around with him a lot, even though he's a cat lover, but as a player.
No doubt.
So what have you seen from Adrian?
Oh, man. AD has probably been my favorite guy that I've connected with off the court and just seeing his game on the court so far this year, man, because just knowing who he is, doesn't talk much. Obviously, you guys seen him. He has, country Alabama accent a little bit. But, man, super humble dude, super hard worker, super serious about his approach. He's almost, like a professional in my head, the way he approaches the game and just every day coming in working. There's no, up and downs with him. He's consistently, just working and striving to get better. So, man, AD Wooley is a dog. He's taking a hard challenge of guarding Mikel Brown Jr. every single day, and they make each other better, man. So it's just so much fun watching, every day in practice.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because one of the things I've heard over and over again talking to the staff is how many just mature and professional guys there are on this roster, right? It seems like everybody has long-term girlfriends. Everyone here has an idea of what it takes to be able to be a pro.
He's 32.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like you got when you bring these young
family out here soon.
When you bring these young guys into a culture like that, I think they're going to thrive.
Yeah, they got to mature, right? Obviously, I was here last year. Guys were potentially getting married, and same thing, kind of just having older guys. So as a freshman coming in and you seeing guys, starting families as a grown man, it just almost forces you to mature and be just as mature as the guys around you. So I think Mikel Brown has had no problem with that whatsoever. So,
well, listen, good luck with the rehab.
No doubt.
Get out there soon, but not too soon,
no
right?
doubt.
That's the key.
100%.
So great seeing you, man.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, you too.
Yep.
You too.
Best of luck this season. That was Kasean Pryor. Coming up,
we got a special guest.
We got a special guest coming up next. Not on the docket. He is what we would call a Louisville legend. I think that is fair to say.
I would say that's
You'll
fair
find
to
out who that is right after this.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app. You sign up using bonus code FIELD. You deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. There is no sport in America that is more difficult to follow than college basketball. It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for injury updates, recruiting news, and transfer portal additions that actually matter. For just $50 a year, get access to the same information that your favorite team's coaching staff is subscribed for. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help you with that. Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansborough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
Athlete AI is the story of the athlete. And every athlete deserves to have his story told. Under the lights and in the spotlight. This is your moment, your room. Download, capture, create, share. Athlete AI. Your name is trending.
Well, welcome back to Field of 68's College Basketball Road Trip, Day 3 here in Louisville, and we're now joined by a Louisville legend, one of my favorite all-time college basketball players, Russ Smith. But first, I got a little beef, man. We got you on the show. I don't have any Mr. and Mrs. Bourbon here.
Oh, my God.
He didn't know.
We should be pouring up right now. Toasting, man.
That's on me. This guy, honestly, I'm not kidding. When I tell you, not just my favorite players, but just like favorite people, personalities. The one thing you could always say about Russ, like as real as it gets. Like, no bullshit, as real as it gets. And that's something, you and I don't always get. And what I love about you is, Stu, you're super accountable for everything. Maybe not early in your career. I don't know if like early on.
Not the first year, maybe.
But like, I think, again, you grew to, hey, listen, I screwed up. That's on me.
Yeah, for sure.
And not a lot of guys are like that. I don't know. Again, I know you had your struggles early on that first year, but it's been cool to watch you grow. So first, give people kind of an update on what you're doing now. You're still playing.
Yeah, still playing.
Right?
Still
playing. How many more years you got in you? 34 now.
Honestly, the way it's going right now, the market, oh, man, I might, I don't know if I'll give it up. But I definitely could hoop till I'm 40. I'm coming off probably the best season I've had professionally. Really? I was 25 a game with 50, 40, and 95 splits. Wow. So I was doing well.
Efficient.
Very efficient.
I like it.
Very efficient. So we'll see, man. Hopefully I can get signed soon and finally get on the road.
What's been your favorite country that you played in?
Man, so I've done. China was fun. I probably had the most fun in China. I was scoring a bunch, but it was great. I was in mainland China, and I just came from Italy. I've been in Italy for 3 years with a small club. They were amazing. They were dope. Tel Aviv was nice, and then I also did Iran and Tehran. That was nice.
Was it?
Yeah, surprisingly, I had no idea what to expect, and I did Puerto Rico, but in Turkey.
So literally everywhere. Across the entire world.
Everywhere. Legit.
How much have you had a chance to see these guys work out and these guys
Enough.
Play? Have you?
A lot, yeah.
Really?
Enough.
You've been around a lot.
Yeah, a lot and
Good.
enough. Like, what you got?
Well, just how good do you think they have a chance to be?
Man, honestly, I see if this team was around when I played, they would probably be a for sure Final Four team with a chance to win it. I don't like the climate of college basketball. I don't follow as much as you guys. It's changed for sure. But if this team was a 2014 team, a 2012 team, with the way they shoot, the experience, a freshman who wants to be better and do the right things, and with Coach Kelsey, he knows what the hell he's doing. He knows what the hell he's doing. He's great. This is a Final Four team.
So break down Mikel's game a little bit for us. I mean, you've played at the highest level across the entire world. You've seen pretty much anything basketball has to throw at someone. Break down his game and what you think he can be.
Man, Mikel reminds me of like I'm a throwback guy, right? Like I grew up on 80s, 90s basketball and early 2000s, but he reminds me of like a Ron Harper, Sam Cassell, and he's because he's very smart, and he also controls the game, but he has the size. He has the size to compete with a lot of these upperclassmen. Because I think this day and age with basketball, you're going to win with your seniors and with your fifth years and your juniors. Mikel can play with them. He can hoop with them. So I think his poise and his IQ level, and he has a great dad. His dad is a smart guy, was a pro. Yeah. So he knows.
And he works.
Yeah, he works them. So he's going to be great. He's going to be a good player.
Who's the best shooter in this team? I asked every player, and we couldn't get a good answer. Come on,
because they all shoot.
Dog in the fight here. You can give me a name.
The best shoot, man.
If you're putting all your money on one guy, one shot into the game, who you putting it on?
God damn,
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Right? It's super tough. That's how good of a shooting team they are. Like, it's tough because, like, they all can make it.
They're all 40, like
easily.
Conwell's done it, 40 plus.
McKneely's
done it 3 years in a row. Yeah.
I'm watching Mikel. I'm watching the dude from the lefty kid. Like, they're all crazy.
Well, he can shoot.
And Kobe, he's
can shoot. Yep. I know. No, it's kind of. I mean, they did a hell of a job in the
and
portal.
they defend like they defend hard too. Like they're physical. I mean, our team was different because we pick up 94 feet. Right. We had a certain pace to us, but man, like these guys will pick you up at half court, and good luck trying to get into your offense. And then if
you didn't give me an answer, still
the shooting.
Conwell, Xavier, McKneely, Virginia. Mikel, Wooley.
Yo, I don't know. I honestly don't know, and that's a good problem to have. It's tough, man. I don't know. But I know, didn't Ryan led the country in scoring last year, right? Was top in scoring at Xavier?
No, he wasn't. No, he didn't score at that rate, but he was a good scorer. Same with McKneely. I mean, they're both career 40-plus three-point shooters. So it is. I mean, it's one of those. And I'll say, like, you've probably seen it.
Yeah, because you asked me, like,
Mikel can shoot it from deep.
Like, he's
deep
NBA range. Once he walks in the gym, he's checked in.
Yes.
But like, I was gonna go. All right, if I had to make a decision, I'm gonna go with the guy who's done it. Yeah, who has
Conwell.
the ball a lot and who can heat up. So he'll probably be the guy, but I wouldn't leave nobody open.
No, they're tough. All right, so you said it before. Kelsey knows what he's doing. So my guess is, again, you helped build this program, get it back, and then you had a couple of years where it was really down under Kenny Payne. They needed something different. Mm-hmm. When they hired Pat Kelsey, did you have any idea who he was?
I've heard, only because I'm a basketball guy, and I know people, that do basketball and stuff. So, like, I've heard,
you knew
I knew of him,
but you didn't know much.
I didn't know much, right? I knew probably just as little as the next basketball fan, but I knew he done a great job where he was at. And
so why has he won you over this quickly?
Honestly, it's just his system. I think when you're a coach and you're a great coach, you have a system that day in and day out you can depend on, that's gonna at least get you 17 to 20 wins. When it all fails, I'm gonna get 17 to 20 wins. And I think Kelsey's system with the 3-point shot and his pace, you can just bank it that he's going to be in games and that players are going to look like they have some structure. So that's also accompanied with his personality. Like, he's an open the door kind of guy, and he's in here. If you watch the practice, like, the energy's off the charts. Everybody's enthusiastic, being in the gym, working hard. So it's just dope to really see that and have that again. Not saying we didn't have that with Mac or Kenny or Rick, but to see a guy like Coach and who wants to win a championship, like, who's preparing for that, like, it's a completely different energy, and he feels like he can do it with Louisville.
Ask Russ how many times you had to get on the treadmill under Pitino.
Enough.
How many times?
Enough.
I mean, imagine that.
Just hold on. Explain what he means. I know explain what he means by that.
So like, and Peyton to tell you if Peyton was here and Treese and all of them, like, for me the treadmill was like, I was on the treadmill so much my freshman year, just for maybe I'll be late to a class or I'd miss a study hall or something, and just something simple. Now I'm up 6 a.m. and I'm running, but that became too easy for me. Like, Coach was sending me to the track, he was sending me to the field, to the football stage. Like, he would just send me, get out. Like, yeah,
that's what, like, loud on the treadmill.
For real, like Coach was crazy, but it is what it is, man.
Why didn't you learn quicker back then? Why didn't you learn? Why did you keep going through it?
I didn't think he cared about me that much. For real, but
what's your relationship with him like now?
Nah, it's still dope.
Yeah.
It's still dope. We text, we talk often.
He's got St. John's going, man.
He does, and
you're a New York guy, so
yeah,
you're gonna get out there.
I want to bad. I really want to. It's damn near around the corner from Malloy. Right. I went to school there, so.
What do you think it would mean to him? Everything he's been through, right? Mm-hmm. Being run out here, having to go to Greece. Mm-hmm. Coming back, having to coach Iona, low major, mid-major, whatever you want to call it.
Getting up to the tournament, like, that's insane.
Right. What do you think it would mean if he wins the whole thing? I mean, they're top 10. We got him, ranked. What do we got him? 6?
6. Yeah.
6.
Yeah, that would be, that'd be great for him. Coach, if anybody deserves it, obviously he's been very successful. But for me, as a friend and former player, like, I feel like he deserves it. I always feel like good people deserve great things, and Coach is one of them. And just to point out on that, like, to be able, that's how you know you're a great coach. Like, even Kelsey, like, to get a mid-major into the tournament, we was arguing about that the other day. Like, what's harder, getting a mid-major into the tournament or
a high major.
No, high major playing in a tournament game. Yeah, playing in a tournament game. You know,
it's hard. It's hard, and especially when you dominate the regular season and then win the league tournament. You got to do both.
I think Drexel did it. I think 10 years ago when we played them, they were undefeated all year. They beat us in the Yum, and I don't think they made the tournament. Like they lost one game, and all right, that's it. We're 29-1, can't go. But for Coach to get Iona in there. That's huge.
If he wins the title, does he just say that's it, or does he keep going? He keeps going, doesn't he?
Coach is one of those guys. You know, he'll collapse on that sideline.
Well, that's what I say. Yeah. People ask me about Izzo, and they're always like, "When does Izzo stop?" And I say, "When the doctors tell him."
Yeah, for sure.
And I think Rick probably the same thing.
I think he's cut from that cloth. I think so too.
Especially with this kind of newfound, opportunity, right? That again doesn't just come to him, but now in New York.
It's not just that he's coaching in New York. Like he got it rolling like this.
Right. Yeah, he got it rolling.
Yeah, he's got money. Yeah.
If you're a St. John's guy, you lock that in forever. You do whatever he say. Yeah. If he want to play at the Garden, he play at the Garden. If he want to play at the Iceland, the hockey team, wherever he want to play.
If he needs the entire team staying at the Ritz-Carlton in New York City the night before every single game, then you make sure he's got 23 rooms.
Those guys got the money to be able to do that. What do you think of because Russ, you didn't make any money, and I just think back to if you had come along today, the amount of money you could have gotten paid.
You know how many Rusticulous T-shirts you have sold?
I think about it, but I'm just like, man, it's so wild. Like I'm so wild. Definitely going into my senior year. That tag would have been pretty crazy going into my senior year. But
what do you think of this though? These kids making. You've heard the.
Oh no, I'm happy for them, bro. Yeah. Like I'm super happy for them. Like I think that's great. Like I'm not the grumpy old uncle that's like that's like, man, F these little kids. Yeah, I'm with that. Like go get your paper, get your money, man. Even the recruits. Like I'm super hype for the recruits that come in, and some of the guys I have relationships with, and we get a chance to chop it up, and they're educating me on the market, and I'm like, oh, that's fire. Like I didn't even know, some of this, money was even available, from this X, Y, and Z. So just being able to have these conversations and open these doors is dope.
How nice is it for you as a Louisville alum to see this program back to where it should be in its standing at the top of college basketball, right? Like, I got to imagine it was hard with watching them not win games.
Oh, it was crazy, man. I was in, where was I at? I was in one of those countries I named. And we had lost to NIA.
Like one of those first games where you lost by a game. Yeah.
Everybody was giving me hell in the locker room. Giving me hell. I'm like, damn, we down bad right now. But to see everybody, but to see it now where the program's at, shouts out, to Josh has done a great job.
Yes.
Obviously, I think
Josh
he needs a ton of credit.
A
lot of credit. And Vince and Josh are both great people. So they definitely helped turn this tide.
What is this city like when Louisville is playing at the level that you had them playing at?
It's unfathomable. You can't even. I try. There's no way I can explain it to them. There's no way I can it. Is unlike any other place because Louisville's also a city. I've been down at Knoxville because we've done a custom bottle for UT, the athletic department. I've been up in Lexington, of course. I've been everywhere, on all these campuses, Maryland. But Louisville's a city, and the city thrives on Louisville basketball, Louisville football. But when both of those sports are rolling the way it was when we played, there's no better school in the nation.
Can you give me the craziest story post-title?
Post-title. See, my stories are more fan-centric and more fraternity-centric.
Okay, so what?
Man, I think I've said it, but I mean, we won, and God, I think we were on frat row, and I crowd surfed into the frat house. Yeah, like get to a like I'm just being
past
crowd surfing to a friend. I'm like, damn, this is so much fun, but this is what happens when you win. And then man, like it's crazy, but there was another.
They didn't have Montrezl Harrell. Right?
No, crowd surfing him. But no, it was dope because like I was saying, like everybody's so like they're about their team, you know, and the fans really love hoop. Like they want to see us do well, and that's across the board. Students, everybody cares, and yeah, I don't even know how to explain it.
I love that the Kentucky-Louisville rivalry could be back this year. Both are top 10 preseason.
Yeah.
When I say this to everybody, when you were here, it was so much fun because Cal and Rick hated each other. They might not admit it, but they hated each other.
Of course. There was some like competitive, like, you know, flame.
Ego.
Yeah,
I mean, both had the ego
flame.
of
Yeah.
like, and again, you know, like, Kentucky probably more talent than you guys most years.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, but I think they were just better in areas we lacked because we punched UConn every time we played them. Yeah. But they lost to UConn, like convincingly, you know. So we couldn't beat Kentucky. So I think matchup wise, we struggled a lot boarding. Why? Because we had undersized fours, undersized guards, this and that, and Kentucky was huge. UConn, on the other end, we were able to pressure their guards, wear them down, but they had size. And so I think that rivalry coming back, though, it'll be interesting this year because I think it's pretty.
It's either way.
Yeah, it's either way.
Totally.
It's either way. It's either way.
Yeah, I mean that's the fun part about it though is both of these fan bases at the same time have a coach that has re-energized them to the point where, like, because look, at the end of the Cal era, it was kind of like fans were they were winning, but they were like we were ready for some fresh blood.
Yeah, I also think too, to that point, like with Cal, it's Cal. You know, when you go to Kentucky, you were going there because of Calipari. You were going there to go to the NBA. Like I think it was a much different relationship with the fans and the players. You know, maybe the fans felt like the players should be going to UK for UK. But if I'm getting an offer from Calipari, I'm going in for Calipari. I mean,
and everybody was.
Yeah, and everybody was. It's
trying to get to the league.
$5 billion in contracts. Like, what are we talking about? I'm going with Cal.
Where you felt like you guys were going more for Louisville or for Rick?
I think that's a good question. I think it's a little bit of both because on paper, playing for Rick is like, oh, Rick is crazy, you know. Rick doesn't play freshmen, you know. It was a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't go play for Rick for, but you still ended up coming here, you know. So it's obviously, you know, you like something about this place, you know. But the moment Calipari offers you, you jump and you go because
he's selling something that nobody else could sell.
You're selling $5 billion in contracts. You're selling Devin
Duke
Booker.
was the only one.
I get that. I get that as a fan of a school and a program, right? Like,
makes sense.
Yes, you want your guys to go to the NBA because players getting to the NBA means that they're really good for you, and it also means that the next good player is going to want to come to play for that program. But you want them there because they love that program as much as you do as a fan. And I feel like we get that from your era of Louisville. And I don't know if we do from that era of Kentucky. And it's not a shot, it's just a different way to build a team.
But just think about it. If John
he was
Wall,
here a while, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, I'm here 4 years.
You built up relationships that, let's face it, John Wall had them.
Right.
But not the same. Not the same.
And if he would have stayed with DeMarcus and Orton,
they would have had it.
They probably would have won 2, 3. The fans would be happy, you know. And that's
but they felt like and at the end they felt like Cal was just getting dudes again. And he made the comment, which was basically something to the effect of, you know, his players and getting the NBA was more important in a way than winning a title, and you can't say that.
No,
you cannot.
Not up there.
Well, listen, we appreciate you stopping by, man. This was great.
Sure.
This was great.
Yeah, I'm
Always
about to get on the gun.
You gonna get a workout in?
Yeah, I gotta go shoot, man.
Yeah,
You know that
You're getting old. You better, you gotta stay in
The
shape.
jumper gotta be right.
Exactly. That's right.
Can we get Goodman on there too? No one has ever seen him shoot a jump shot.
Can you shoot?
No, not really. I was kind of a pass first. I don't know what you call me.
Pass first, undersized center.
I can throw a football farther. We know that.
Good. Congratulations. Russ,
Anyway,
great to see you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Great seeing you, man.
Yes, appreciate y'all having me.
Always.
This has been day 3 of the Field of 68's college basketball road trip. We'll be back with more tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern Time, live from Lexington.